Chapter 658. His strong manly aura seemed to want to swallow her up. Baiyo was frightened and didn't respond. Also, she had something on her mind, but she had doubted him too many times. If she said it out loud, it would be too hurtful. He nibbled on her lips and entered her mouth, licking her and teasing the tip of her tongue. Baiya's mind was in a mess. She tried to recall if the way he kissed was different. In the past, his kisses were direct, forceful, domineering and full of power. She couldn't resist it. But now, it was more like teasing. The moment she thought that he might not be Gu Lingqing, she was a little afraid. She shivered and pushed him away. He furrowed his brows and his eyes were filled with fear. He hugged her tighter and kissed her aggressively. It wasn't flirty like before but an irresistible desire. This was like Gu Lingqing again. She breathed hard. His breath was clear and clean, like the scent of the sun on the grass. She was a little dazed. She closed her eyes and kissed him back. He seemed to have calmed down and didn't let go of her. They kissed for 10 minutes before he let go of her, panting. Baiya could tell that he was in a bad mood. "What's wrong? Why didn't you answer my call?" Xing Buhua asked, carrying her and walking towards the bed. Baiya lowered her eyes and said softly, "Because I'm angry. Angry that I didn't do as we agreed. Angry that you didn't care about your own safety. If you want to cause all the conflicts, what's the point of pretending to be dead?" Baiya asked, frowning. "But I can't watch you be in danger. Zhuochuani has a movement before he kills someone. He will touch his ring. My friend will only be here tomorrow. Let others know that you two are dating as soon as possible. It will take half a month to not arouse suspicion." "You're too dangerous," Xing Buhua said in a low voice. He put her on the bed. "Aren't you in danger?" Baiya's eyes reddened. "If you die, I won't be able to live. But if I die, I know that you're stronger than me." "If you die, I die too," Xing Buhua said in a low voice and sat on the edge of the bed. Baiya's eyes trembled. She looked at him and didn't say a word. However, he saw the tears flowing in her eyes. She was not crying, but she was exceptionally lovely, like the mist in a fairyland, or like the misty rain in Jiangnan. The feeling that enveloped his heart was also moist, and he was exceptionally moved. He didn't touch her before because he had a moral bottom line. After all, she was his brother's wife. But what if Gu Lingqing died? He was afraid that she would follow. He wanted her to fall in love with him and hide it for a lifetime. In this way, she would live well under his love. Moreover, in their interactions, he increasingly realized that he loved her to the point where he could not extricate himself. Her personality was not lively, but she was quick-witted and introverted. However, every word she said had a fatal attraction. She was very gentle but tough, very strong but also weak. She was so kind that she would feel sad when her subordinates were injured, but she could stand on the front line and kill the enemy for love. He liked every aspect of her, and he remembered every frown and smile of hers. He was even glad that Gu Lingqing could meet her, so that he could meet her too. "Xiaoya, you're 3 months pregnant, right?" Xing Buhua asked in a hoarse voice. Baiya was slightly stunned. She knew that he was asking about when she was pregnant. She was 3 months pregnant, and they could have sex, but there was still a faint resistance in her heart. Xing Buhua saw her reaction and kissed her lips. He almost begged, "Don't reject me." Baiya felt pain in her heart. He had said this to her a long, long time ago. At that time, she was still Su Jiran's wife. Memories flooded her mind in an instant. She still remembered their first time. She still remembered that she was kidnapped, and the moment Gu Lingqing appeared. She also remembered that when she was kidnapped, her little finger was cut off, and Gu Lingqing also cut off his little finger to accompany her. She also remembered that during the explosion, he did not forget to save her even at the cost of his life. Tears rolled down her cheeks, and she nodded. Xing Buhua smiled. He was emotional, excited, and his mood was indescribable. He kissed her tears, and ate them all. The salty, astringent tears slowly moved to her lips. He first took off his clothes, revealing his muscular upper body. Her fingers stroked the lines of his body. She was familiar with Gu Lingqing's body. Indeed, they were exactly the same. Even if they were twins, they could not be so similar. She should not let her imagination run wild, and took the initiative to kiss his skin. She only kissed his shoulder gently, and he felt a surge of electricity running through his body. It was a wonderful feeling, and he wanted more, so he did not move. Baiya saw that he only looked at her gently, and did not continue, and she was a little puzzled. Xing Buhua pressed the back of her head, lowered his head, and kissed her deeply. He said softly, "I like it when you kiss me." Baiya's face blushed, and under the dim light, it was bright and charming. She kissed along the lines of his body, and sometimes she would stop, sucking a red mark. Xing Buhua could not help but moan hoarsely. Her face became even redder, and she trembled as she tried to unbuckle his belt, but she could not do it. He pressed her hand down, and opened the buckle. She rarely took the initiative, and she was like this in the past. She was more reserved, and easily shy. She was a very traditional woman. He still did not move, and looked at her with infatuation. She kissed his lumbar muscles. "Xiaoya, help me take it off," Xing Buhua said in a hoarse voice, and in the night, it was a little more bewitching. She let out a breath, and her face was so hot that she felt a little out of breath. She held the waist of his pants, and before he took it off, she could already feel his hot breath. Suddenly, the phone in his hand rang. She was shocked, and let go of her hand. Xing Buhua frowned in annoyance, and took out his phone, wanting to turn it off. But when he saw the caller ID, he hesitated, stepped out of the bed, and picked up the call. He asked in a bad tone, "What's the matter?" Baiya saw that his face had suddenly turned very bad, and she had a bad feeling in her heart. He hung up the phone, and looked at Baiya reluctantly. He lowered his head and kissed her forehead. "Xiaoya, I have something urgent to do, and I have to leave first." "What's the matter?" Baiya asked worriedly. "Don't worry, I can solve it." Xing Buhua smiled. She knew that he did not want to talk about it, and so she did not ask. He quickly put on his clothes, and kissed her on the cheek again, and reminded, "Don't be too tired, I might not be able to come tomorrow. Take care to rest, and call me if there's anything." Baiya nodded, and seeing that he was nervous, she hurriedly left. Chapter 659. Xing Buhua hurried back. When he got out of the secret passage, Qiu Ting was lying on the bed, unconscious. Her body was covered with the marks left by Li Junyan. There was a strong smell of blood in the room. Li Junyan had already put on his clothes. His face was still red after sex. However, he looked very nervous and said, "General Xing has already knocked on the door just now. This matter has probably been passed to him." "I see. You can leave now." Xing Buhua washed his face and went out of the room. Xing Shang was waiting in the living room downstairs. When he saw Xing Buhua, he scolded him, "It's Qiu Ting's first time. Don't you want too much?" Xing Buhua looked at him deeply and said calmly, "Isn't this what you want? Why are you looking for me?" Xing Shang sighed and went back to the topic. "Something happened to our people in B country and F country. 3 of them have been arrested and 7 are now on the run. Their identities were exposed all of a sudden. I suspect it has something to do with the stupid thing you did today. You shouldn't have told Sui Chuani that you want to pursue Baiya. I guess everyone knows that you want to pursue Baiya. Look, something happened. I'll send someone to rescue them now. Xing Buhua said decisively and made a call. Seeing that Xing Shang had finished the call, Xing Shang continued, I suspect that Shen Yan did such a large-scale exposure of our people abroad. Because only you, me, and Shen Yan have the authority. It's not likely to be Shen Yan. Shen Yan is now focusing on Zhuochuani. It's not good for him to suppress me. Because even if he doesn't do anything, Zhuochuani will do it. Only when Zhuochuani does it will he have a chance to target Zhuochuani. Xing Buhua made a judgment. Then who could it be? You think it's Zhuochuani? It's hard to say. What is certain is that they know some of our people in B country and F country. I suspect not all of them. The others saw people in our country being arrested one after another and were worried that their identities would be exposed. They couldn't hold it in and fled. In fact, they should not have been exposed. I will go first. Understand the situation, Xing Buhua said urgently. Go. This is also a lesson for you. Let's see if you still dare to act recklessly in the future. I will save them, Xing Buhua said in a low voice as he walked towards the basement. He entered a secret room and made calls one by one. When he came out of the room, he received a call from Shen Yan. Have our people in country B and country F been exposed? Shen Yan asked worriedly. No. 2 people in country B and F country have been exposed. The others felt that it was dangerous after hearing the news and went into hiding, Xing Buhua reported. We can't let go of such people who frame their own kind because of their personal interests. As the head of the External Affairs Department, you will go to country B tomorrow to negotiate. They should only have the name list but no evidence. Save them and I will negotiate with country F, Shen Yan said solemnly. Yes, I have a suggestion, Xing Buhua squinted his eyes and said in a deep voice. Say it. Let's create a fake name list and say that it's our country's spies. Then, we will send it to country B and F country and let them try it out, Xing Buhua suggested. I've thought of this idea before, but I'm not sure how they got our list. Why don't we do this? Since those 4 people have already been exposed, we can upload their names and the names of the people who are going to try our food on their website. The people who are going to try our food must be from country B and country F, Shen Yan pondered. Don't worry. I have already prepared the name list. I have a very risky idea. Xing Buhua paused. Say it. Shen Yan was also anxious. After all, if the negotiation between countries was not good, it would cause a big problem. And once a big problem appeared, the position of the president would be questioned. This time, the other party was too ruthless. They sacrificed important spies of our country, which damaged the national interest. This kind of person must not be allowed to become the leader of our country. I want to send the name list to the Minister of Foreign Affairs anonymously. If the name list was sent to the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the same way, it would be a mistake. If not, I think the Minister of Foreign Affairs will not let others take the credit. As long as there is internal conflict, we will have a chance, Xing Buhua suggested. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. I agree. We must ensure the safety of our spies, by any means. In addition, because there is a mole, we can't admit their identity. As for the mole, we will investigate it together. Also, in terms of negotiation, Baiya is the leader. We will have a meeting tomorrow to confirm this matter. Shen Yan discussed. Okay. I have arranged a plane to go to country B tonight. Don't go personally. Go as an official. Shen Yan reminded him. Okay. I will go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to make an emergency plan. Xing Buhua said in a deep voice. Shen Yan hung up the phone. Lu Shuang was woken up by his phone call. He sat up and looked at him thoughtfully. In fact, being the president was quite pitiful. She saw that he slept for less than 6 hours every day. He didn't have much time to rest. No wonder he said that he basically had no rest all year round. He didn't have any rest all year round. He worked overtime every day. I'm sorry that I woke you up. I will go to the study now. You can sleep for a while more. Shen Yiyan kissed Lu Shuang's forehead and hurried out. She saw that his face was pale and his brows were furrowed. His heart ached a little. Shen Yiyan was really shouldering too much. The honor of the family, the mission of the country, the lives of many, and their happiness. She couldn't sleep anymore. She thought that she might be able to share some of his burden. At least, she could accompany him. She got up and was about to go to the study. She saw Hua Zixing also hurrying to the study and stood on the spot. Miss Liu. Nan Gongyu's voice was heard. Lu Shuang turned around. When he saw Nan Gongyu, the alarm went off. Shen Yiyan said that this person was no longer the Nan Gongyu from before. Hua Zixing was indeed very scheming. If Bai Ye hadn't mentioned it, she wouldn't have thought of it. After Bai Ye's reminder, she felt that this person was very creepy. However, Bai Ye also said that she could see through it, but she wouldn't say it. What's wrong? The president's wife and the president have something important to discuss. It's better that you don't go in. Nan Gongyu said with a smile. Why don't I go in? Lu Shuang blurted out. Nan Gongyu didn't say anything and lowered her head. Lu Shuang didn't want to face her, so he went back to his room. If she was going to be with Shen Yiyan in the future and share his burden, she should learn from Hua Zixing and share his burden. She couldn't hide behind Shen Yiyan and enjoy life comfortably. If that happened, she would feel that what did Shen Yiyan want her for? She thought it through, got dressed, walked to the study and knocked on the door. Come in. Hua Zixing's voice was heard. When she saw Lu Shuang, she was slightly stunned. She thought that it was a midnight snack, but it only lasted for a moment. She smiled and said, Did we discuss too loudly? I'm sorry. Lu Shuang shook his head and sat on the sofa. I wanted to listen in. Chapter 660. Hua Zixing's face was a little pale, but she forced a gentle smile. Let me briefly explain the situation to you. We have 5 people lurking in Country B and Country F, and 2 people from each country have been exposed at the same time. Our plan now is to deliberately expose some people who are not from our country to confuse them. Then, we will let Xing Buhua go to Country B to deal with it, and Yan to Country F to deal with it. Hua Zixing's explanation was very general, but if she didn't, Lu Shuang might not have understood. Can I tell you what I think? Lu Shuang looked at Shen Yiyan and said. Shen Yiyan nodded, and the corners of her mouth curled up slightly. Even if she said all sorts of nonsense, he felt happy. At least, she was willing to participate, unlike before, when she was unhappy even when he forced her. He was anxious, but he was afraid that she would run away. But she was going to be his wife in the future, and there were many things she had to learn. I think that if Country B uses this method, it will be too deliberate for Country F to use the same method. Those people are as smart as monkeys, and you can tell at a glance that Country A is trying to remedy the situation, Lu Shuang said. Shen Yiyan felt that what Lu Shuang said made sense. Then what do you think we should do? Hua Zixing asked deliberately. She didn't think of any good ideas, and she didn't want Lu Shuang, who was as stupid as a pig, to have any good ideas. That's what I think. Actually, if we expose it like this, it should be a traitor. If this matter is exposed, first of all, it will be disadvantageous to Xing Buhua. After all, he just became the Minister of Foreign Affairs, so it shouldn't be him who did it. Then who do you think did it? Hua Zixing asked. I think it should be Zui Chuani. He has been trying to frame me in recently. But it's only my 6th sense that can't be used as a reference. So what's your idea? Hua Zixing was stunned by Lu Shuang's words. She felt that Lu Shuang was getting further and further away from the topic. However, she still showed her best patience and kindness. As for Country B, we'll use the method you suggested. We'll purposely send a few people who are not from our country to try their luck. Then, we'll send Xing Buhua. I heard from Yi Yan that it's best to send Baiya to help. As for Country F, I think it's better to send Suochuani. If this incident was caused by Suochuani, the one who started the trouble should be the one who started it. He knows how to resolve the crisis, and when he resolves it, we'd better find evidence of him betraying the country's secrets. If he didn't do it, then he won't succeed in the negotiation. Then, we'll frame him. Anyway, he's not a good person. We'll just treat it as getting rid of a pest, Lu Shuang said. Shen Yiyan was suddenly enlightened. Lu Shuang had proposed a new idea, and it was very good. He smiled and pressed his thumb on her forehead. This is a very good idea. I'll give you a thumbs up. Can I add a drumstick? Lu Shuang asked cheerfully. I can add 2 drumsticks for you, Shen Yiyan said dotingly. Alright, give me 2 drumsticks. I'll share one with you, Lu Shuang said, grinning. Shen Yiyan smiled and kissed her forehead. Hua Zixing's face turned pale. She clenched her fists so tightly that her nails dug into her flesh. Shen Yiyan had never smiled at her like this before, nor had he talked to her like this before. He had always been polite and distant towards her. Even though they were standing very close to each other, she felt that they were very far apart. But he could play around with Lu Shuang like this. She turned her face away. Lu Shuang deliberately stole a glance at Hua Zixing. He saw that she was really suppressing her anger. So, it was Baiya who was smart enough to point out the crux of the matter. Did Hua Zixing really want to send someone to kill her? Hua Zixing composed herself and looked at Lu Shuang with a smile. Lu Shuang hurriedly smiled back. Hearing you guys talk about drumsticks makes me want to eat drumsticks. You must be hungry. I'll go rush the kitchen, Hua Zixing said and walked towards the door. No need, I'll go rush the kitchen. You guys continue to discuss, I'll come back later. Lu Shuang was really afraid that she would poison the food. She was afraid of death. I'll settle my work first. If you're tired, you can rest first. Shen Yiyan's heart ached for Lu Shuang. She was a good sleeper. She couldn't bear to be woken up by him in the middle of the night. Lu Shuang nodded. You work first. I'll go to the kitchen. Lu Shuang left. That's a good idea, Hua Zixing said with a smile. She was very smart when she was young, but she didn't like to use her brain. But it's good to be anxious. I'll talk to Xing Buhua first. Pay attention to Mrs. Sua's work. Also, keep an eye on Su Zhang's wife. Don't let them notice anything wrong, Shen Yiyan reminded her. The position of finance minister has been vacant for a long time. What do you think? Hua Zixing brought up the unresolved issue. Xing Dongqing wants to promote his people, and Suochuani wants to get involved too. Song Jianren, the former deputy head of the finance department, is Song Shiyu's brother. Gu Lingqing is no longer around, so if I promote him, I'm worried that he might replace Gu Lingqing's position. After all, Gu Tianhang has a complicated relationship with his subordinates. Also, General N and Song Jianren don't get along, so it's a headache. I want to promote my people, and then we'll have an election. It'll be a competition of everyone's ability, Shen Yiyan said. It's like a mini presidential election, Hua Zixing said solemnly. So, this might also be the reason why Suochuani couldn't wait to attack me and Xing Buhua. This is not the most urgent matter. I'll have a small meeting first. It's getting late now. You should go and rest. You still have work to do tomorrow, Shen Yiyan said in a low voice. Okay, let me know if you need anything. Hua Zixing could tell that Shiniyan wanted her to leave. If she stayed any longer, Shiniyan would hate her. She went to the third floor. Nan Gongyu was trimming the flowers and seemed to be in a good mood. Did you know? Lu Shuang went into Shiniyan's study just now, Hua Zixing said anxiously. I know. It's because I provoked him, Nan Gongyu said confidently. You, why? Hua Zixing didn't understand. She only makes mistakes when she's jealous, cares, envious, and tries to do the impossible. That's why men hate her. But her idea this time was great. I was a little scared by her. She might have been pretending to be weak, but she's actually very smart. Hua Zixing re-evaluated Lu Shuang. It's normal to do it once or twice. If she makes a mistake and Shiniyan suffers because of her, he'll naturally vent his anger on her. Remember, it's good not to do it. Only by doing it more will you make more mistakes. People won't keep an eye on those who don't do it, but they will keep an eye on those who do it. Nan Gongyu said meaningfully. So, I should continue to endure until she makes a mistake. Hua Zixing was comforted by Nan Gongyu. Nan Gongyu smiled. Not until she makes a mistake, but until she's hated. You can do it, Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing nodded. Okay, I'll endure. Lu Shuang heard it and left sneakily. These two were really bad. Chapter 661. Lu Shuang wondered if he should tell Shiniyan about this. But on second thought, Shiniyan had too many messy things going on around her. Things like the finance minister election, the education minister being killed, Zhuochuani's rebellion, the tense situation abroad, etc. If she continued to bother him with her and Hua Zixing's matters, he would probably break down. Moreover, his position was already in danger. If not for Hua Zixing's support, it would probably be over even faster. Since Hua Zixing had already tolerated it, so should she. Now, Shiniyan was still young and inexperienced. Sigh, she was so frustrated. She was really afraid that she wouldn't be able to tolerate it and would tear apart Hua Zixing's hypocritical face. The chef came over with the supper and Lu Shuang went to take it. I'll send it to Shiniyan. The president has instructed that we have to keep a close eye on the food starting from the ingredients. The plates can't pass through other people's hands. I'm sorry, the chef said, rejecting Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang, Shiniyan was even wary of her. She followed the assistant chef into the study gloomily. President, your supper is here, the chef said. Put it on the table, Shiniyan said. The chef and the assistant chef placed the supper on the table. There were 2 bowls of knife-cut chicken noodles with poached eggs, vegetables, quail eggs, and shredded pork. Other than the noodles, there were also 2 servings of fruit and 2 glasses of milk. Lu Shuang sat in front of the table and said sarcastically, Shiniyan, I've poisoned the noodles. Do you still want to eat it? Shiniyan closed her laptop. Stop fooling around. He walked towards her. Lu Shuang grabbed the chicken drumstick and took a bite. Then, he grabbed the drumstick in his bowl and took a bite before putting it in his own bowl. I won't give you the drumstick, I added. Shiniyan smiled helplessly and picked up her chopsticks. She didn't ask for the drumstick. How did I offend you again? He sucked a mouthful of noodles. You don't trust me, and you're afraid that I'll poison your food. Then why should I give you the drumstick? Lu Shuang said matter-of-factly. Shiniyan knocked her on the head. I'm not guarding against you. I think Bai Ye's analysis makes sense. If Hua Zixing is really the boss behind the scenes, I have to guard against her in case she takes advantage of me. But if we only guard against her, she will be suspicious. So, I tell her. With the chef, only he can handle it. Lu Shuang understood. So, you also think that Hua Zixing will harm me, right? If I make a mistake, will you get tired of me? Shen Yin chuckled. Haven't you made enough mistakes? I'm not tired of you. Lu Shuang was touched. He was on her side. She had gauged the heart of a gentleman with the yardstick of a villain. Shen Yin, let me tell you. If you get tired of me one day, you don't have to chase me away. I will leave on my own. After I leave, I won't come back. I don't want you anymore. Do you understand? We've known each other since we were young. If I wanted to get tired of you, I would have gotten tired of you long ago. Why would I wait until now? Don't worry, I won't get tired of you. Shen Yin said with certainty. Even if I'm jealous and petty, am I jealous? Are you jealous? Are you being unreasonable? Lu Shuang asked worriedly. When have you not been making trouble for no reason? I'll be scared if you're obedient one day. Eat up and have a good sleep, Shen Yin said helplessly. Lu Shuang thought about her past. It seemed that she had really been making trouble out of nothing. Shen Yin, you're asking for it. Lu Shuang said softly. She knew herself very well. I'm so bad, but you still want me. Shen Yin laughed. I'm not asking for it. I'm just worried that you'll be bored. I know that you want freedom. I just hope that the freedom you want is to break through everything and come to my side. Lu Shuang shuddered. Her current thought was to stay by his side. She didn't want freedom anymore. However, she didn't want him to know. She made small talk on purpose. You're so eloquent. Why didn't I notice it when we were studying? If you were my language teacher, I might have been able to stand out in my class. I'm not interested in that teacher at all, let alone her class, Shen Yin said carelessly. Shen Yin's eyes lit up. Lu Shuang laughed. He thought of the language teacher who was like the dean in middle school. She returned the drumstick to him. She's still good at it. You're so eloquent now. Isn't it because she gave you the foundation? Correct me. It's not because she gave me the foundation. I learned it myself. Shen Yin still gave the drumstick to Lu Shuang. It's your reward. I can't eat so much by myself. I'll leave it with you first. No matter what I do wrong in the future, you have to forgive me for one thing. Lu Shuang said and gave him the drumstick again. As long as you don't leave me, I'll forgive you for anything else. Shen Yin said with certainty. Lu Shuang nodded. His heart was filled with sweetness as if honey had melted. She felt that there was no need to tell Shen Yin about the conversation between Hua Zixing and Nan Gongyu. Shen Yin was so smart. She would definitely not fall for their trap. Lu Shuang wanted to accompany Shen Yin. When he was in the video conference, she fell asleep on the sofa. Shen Yin had no choice but to carry her back to the room and continue with the conference. The next day, Lu Shuang woke up and found herself on the bed. She rolled her eyes a few times. Could it be that she had been dreaming when she talked so much in the study yesterday? She brushed her teeth and washed up. She went out and shouted, Shen Yin. Shen Yin. No one paid attention to her. She opened the door to the study. Shen Yin was not there either. She grabbed a maid who came to clean the room and asked, "Where's Shen Yin?" The maid replied respectfully, "The president went out for a meeting early in the morning." "Ah, so early." The maid nodded and did not answer Lu Shuang. She was just a maid. She could not ask the president why he went out so early. Lu Shuang went back to the room and found his phone. It was already 9:30. Hua Zixing and Nan Gongyu were not at home. They must have gone to a meeting. Shen Yin should have brought her along. She was the assistant, okay. What should she do now? Lu Shuang wanted to call Shen Yin. But if Shen Yin was in a meeting now, wouldn't she be annoying him? After thinking about it, she called Baya. Baya picked up in the first 3 minutes. Baya, are you free now? Lu Shuang asked. Baya nodded. I'm on the way to the police station. I'm fine. Go ahead. Let me tell you, you are really amazing. I eavesdropped on Hua Zixing talking to her maid in the middle of the night. She said that she was trying to make Shiniyan hate me. They really wanted to chase me away. On the surface, they were polite to me. They called me sister. It was really bad. Lu Shuang was speechless. He grumbled. Chapter 662. Baya understood. She had fallen in love with Shiniyan. This was the ending that she hoped to see. Lu Shuang and Shiniyan could be together happily. Shuang, you have to remember that men can't control you. What you have to do is to make yourself better instead of spending your efforts on pleasing others. When women start to lose themselves for men, they will enter a state of crazy jealousy and insecurity. Then, they will start to lose their value. Do you understand? Baya said meaningfully. She said meaningfully. All right, I understand. I think that Hua Zixing has already lost herself and lost her value. I haven't, hee, Lu Shuang said with a smile. Baya was speechless. Think about it yourself. I will always be here for you. You will always have me, Baya said seriously. Hee, fortunately, you are not a man. Otherwise, I will definitely fall in love with you. Oh yeah, are you going to country B with Xing Buhua? Lu Shuang asked. What country B? Baya was confused. You still don't know? Lu Shuang was surprised. She thought that Baya knew about it. It's like this. Our country has 5 spies in country B, and 2 of them were exposed. As the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Xing Buhua is going to negotiate with them. Shiniyan said that you are an expert in negotiation and wants you to go with him. They might still be in a meeting, and the news hasn't been leaked yet, Lu Shuang explained. Baya understood why Xing Buhua suddenly left yesterday. Lu Shuang, I have something to do here. I will contact you later, Baya said. Oh. Then contact me later, Lu Shuang said expectantly. Baya hung up the phone. She immediately called Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua was in the middle of a meeting. When he saw that it was Baya calling, he nodded at Shiniyan and walked out to a secluded place to answer the call. Xiaoya, what's up? Did something happen over there? No, I'm still on my way to the police station. Are you going to country B? Baya asked directly. Shiniyan recommended you to go. They are discussing this matter now. There are those who oppose it and those who support it. However, if you want to go, you will have to go to country B this afternoon. Are you okay with it? Xing Buhua asked. Baya was silent on the other end, but his chest was heaving up and down due to his uneven breathing. Xing Buhua waited patiently. This happened because of me, right? Baya asked. I don't know who's behind it, and I'm not sure of the specific reason, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. That's just deceiving yourself. Ling Qing, you've seen it too. Once you become their target, they will attack you layer by layer. We will harm innocent people. They are crazy, and they will do anything for their own benefit. Baya was a little uneasy. But I can't let anything happen to you. To me, you are the most important. What if you die in country B? Do you think exposure is the goal? Exposure is just the beginning. As long as you go to country B, they will try their best to kill you. Once you die in country B, they can use this reason to suppress country B and settle the conflict, Baya said angrily. With Baya's reminder, Xing Buhua suddenly understood. So, I should have voted against it. You should rest at home. I'll go alone. Xing Buhua hung up the phone. Baiya took a deep breath. She knew that because she was anxious, her tone was not good and full of blame. But the reason why he was wrong was to protect her. She was the one who had the least right to be angry with him. Everything he had done was for her, yet she blamed him. Anyone would feel wronged if they were to do so. Baiya wanted to call to apologize, but Xing Buhua hung up the phone and did not pick it up. He said, "I don't agree to let Baiya go either. No matter how powerful she is, she's just a commoner. I can solve it myself." When Xing Buhua said this, Shen Yiyan was stunned. Xing Shang was against it, but when he heard Xing Buhua's objection, he was stunned too. Now, only Shen Yiyan and Zhuo Chuanyi had not expressed their opinion. Shen Yiyan was silent. She looked at Zhuo Chuanyi with an unfathomable look in her eyes. "I think everyone here knows Baiya's ability. She's a famous psychiatrist with international status. She's even more eloquent. I believe many of you have personally experienced it. Now, this concerns national affairs. Although she's not from the government, as a citizen of our country, I think she has the right and obligation to go to the country to negotiate. Zhuo Chuanyi said. When Zhuo Chuanyi said this, Xing Buhua did not want Baiya to go even more. Baiya said something that he did not expect. If he and Baiya died in B country would not be able to escape the blame. Zhuo Chuanyi would be able to get rid of two thorns in his eyes at once. When the time comes, he would go out and establish his authority. He would become a national hero. He only wanted to go out with Baiya to make a contribution, but he forgot that there was a trap within a trap. It was his negligence. Everyone's eyes were on Shen Yiyan, waiting for Shen Yiyan to make the decision. "I'll give Baiya a call and see what she thinks," Shen Yiyan said. She called Baiya's number and pressed the speaker button. "Hello, Baiya, I'm Shen Yiyan. It's like this. B country has captured people from a country and they say they're spies. We need someone to assist the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the negotiation. Are you willing?" Shen Yiyan said kindly. "A lawyer should be the one to negotiate. If you ask me to go, it will make it seem like our country has no talents. Besides, I don't think I have the right or the need to go," Baiya rejected directly. "Everyone has a responsibility to the country. Don't tell me you don't care when the country is in trouble." Zhuo Chuanyi interrupted. "It's precisely because everyone has a responsibility that I can't blindly think that I'm omnipotent. I feel that it's glory to go. Everyone has their own specialties. I'm fine when it comes to psychology, but when it comes to negotiation, you should find a professional and powerful lawyer. All right, I'm almost at the police station. Also, let me explain again. I'm just cooperating. Please understand that I'm still a pregnant woman. If I'm not in a good mood, I'll vent my anger on others," Baiya said and hung up the phone. Baiya rejected him. Shen Yiyan was also surprised. He looked at Zhuo Chuanyi and said, "Everyone has a responsibility to the country." "Well said. Xing Buhua can go to B country. I'll have to trouble you to deal with F country." Zhuo Chuanyi was surprised. "Why me? You're the judge of the Supreme Legal Department. When it comes to lawyers, no one is as professional as you. I believe there's no one more suitable than the left deputy chief," Shen Yiyan said with a smile. Zhuo Chuanyi was stunned. He really suspected that Baiya and Shen Yiyan had performed a double act just now. Now that he was in a difficult position, he could only agree. "I'll do my best." "All right, let's adjourn the meeting. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will send a letter later." "This matter cannot be delayed," Shen Yiyan said. Chapter 663. Where are you going in such a hurry? Xing Shang asked defensively. "I'm going to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. There are some urgent matters that need to be dealt with," Xing Buhua said in a businesslike manner. He looked at Xing Shang deeply, hiding his emotions in his eyes. Xing Shang nodded thoughtfully. You made a good statement just now. You're clear about it. Hurry up and get busy. Tell Chuting when you're done. You haven't gone back since last night, right? She's very worried about you and has sent me several text messages. She was afraid that you would find her annoying, so she didn't dare to send them to you. Xing Buhua replied expressionlessly. Got it. After he passed by Xing Shang, he frowned and quickly walked out of the meeting room. He saw Sui Chuanyi and Su Jing standing together not far away. His eyes darkened again. He quickly got into the car and called Baiya back. Baiya had just arrived at the police station. She glanced at the surveillance camera in the room and walked out of the police station. She returned to the car and answered the call. The two of them spoke at the same time and paused for a moment. I'm sorry. My attitude just now was very bad. My tone was a little harsh. Baiya apologized first. I won't be angry with you. I didn't answer the call just now because it was my turn to express my opinion. I'm going to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs now. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Xing Buhua said in a low voice. I was the one who started this, so I definitely have to go. I deliberately said at the meeting that I wouldn't go. The enemy can't figure out what we're doing, so we can do things better, Baiya explained. No, Xiaoya. Xing Buhua rejected her. He considered the danger of going to Country B. Wait for me at home. I'll be distracted if you go with me to Country B. Baiya knew that he said that on purpose because he was worried that it would be dangerous for her to go to Country B with him. Ling Qing, listen to me. It's not appropriate for you to negotiate with them as soon as they've caught them in Country B. It feels like you're trying to hide something. Besides, what are the nationalities of the two people who were caught? Baiya asked in detail. It's from a country. At that time, the leader thought that it would be harder for them to be discovered if they were to be spies. Even if they were discovered, because they were from a country, B country did not have the right to judge them. Our country could still rescue them, Xing Buhua explained. Since Country B has no jurisdiction, why not let Country B take the initiative to contact us first? After they contact us, we can send people over. This way, we can suppress the opponent psychologically instead of defending, Baiya suggested. Xing Buhua felt that what Baiya said made sense. It's the same situation in Country F. Shen Yiyan has already sent Sui Chuanyi. Baiya twitched the corner of her mouth and said as if she had seen through it, this means that Shen Yiyan suspects that Sui Chuanyi is behind this. We'll let Sui Chuanyi go first. Sui Chuanyi will definitely try his best to claim credit. When he wins, it will undoubtedly pressure Country B. It'll be easier for us to act then, right? That's a good idea. I'll do as you say. Also, there should be a special department in charge of our intelligence workers abroad, right? Baiya asked. Xing Buhua was silent. Yes, it was him. He was the so-called leader. However, if his identity was proven, Gu Lingqing's identity would not be proven. Xing Shang was originally in charge, but to cover my identity, I said I was in charge. What's wrong? Xing Buhua lied. Understood. For safety reasons, let someone pretend that you're going to Country B to negotiate. Gu family has a few factories in Country B. We'll pretend to be staff members and go there. After you go there, you can appease the other spies and also prevent the person behind the scenes from scheming, Baiya suggested. Sui Chuanyi should have someone at the airport. If we're discovered by him, it'll be more dangerous without our protection, Xing Buhua pondered. Baiya smiled. Have you forgotten about those special makeup artists? I watched a video recently. Some makeup artists can imitate many celebrities. That's because of the filming, so it looks more like them. If it's in real life, the naked eye can still see it at a glance. Xing Buhua was worried. We'll wear masks when we go in, so it won't be easy to be discovered. The main thing is that when we go through the security check, I'll ask Ling Zhao's people to wait for us there. It should be easy to sneak in. After we get in, we'll continue to wear masks, so we shouldn't be discovered. What do you think? Xing Buhua pondered. Your method is indeed better. If possible, I still hope that you can stay at home and wait for my news. Bai Ye smiled. I've said that I'd rather fight side by side with you than wait in a daze. My legs are my legs, and Ling Xiao is mine. If you don't let me go, I'll go by myself. Don't. Xing Buhua sighed helplessly. Instead of letting her go alone, he would definitely feel more at ease by her side to protect her. What should I do with you? Oh, I'll ask the company's people to go through the normal procedures for going abroad first. When they send the letter, we'll get ready to leave. Well, I'll go and comfort them first, in case others think that I've given up on them, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Okay. Bai Ye hung up the phone and saw Director Zhao walking straight towards her. She opened the door and got out of the car. Director Zhao was already standing in front of her. There was a strange light in his eyes, like disgust or fear. He didn't dare to show his emotions. In the end, he said in a businesslike manner, Miss Bai, this way please. Bai Ye followed Director Zhao, followed by Zhang Xingyu. The others were on standby. After a while, they arrived at the office. Bai Ye glanced at the corner of the wall and saw that the surveillance camera was on. Mr. Su will be here in a moment. Wait here for a while, Director Zhao said indifferently. After that, he went out of the office. What's with their attitude? We're here to help, but they didn't even give us a glass of water, Zhang Xingyu complained. Bai Ye's lips twitched. Director Zhao came out to welcome us, but they didn't give us any face. Besides, even if they gave you a glass of water, would you dare to drink it? That's true. Do we still have to wait? Zhang Xingyu was still unhappy. Bai Ye was very calm. She knew that the only person who wanted her to come and make Director Zhao wait was Su Jing. And she had her own reasons for coming. Let's go online and play Snake, Bai Ye said to Zhang Xingyu with a smile. Ha! Zhang Xingyu was stunned. Looking at Bai Ye's graceful appearance, he didn't know why, but he trusted Bai Ye. There would definitely be a counterattack later, because he saw murderous intent in Bai Ye's eyes. Chapter 664. Bai Ye was very good at playing Snake. She was a very sentimental person, and it was the same when it came to games. Once she started a game, she would continue playing it. They had won 5 times in a row, and Bai Ye had always been a VIP. You're so good at this. I'm enjoying life with you, Zhang Xingyu exclaimed. It's just that I've been playing for a long time, and I'm more familiar with some tricks. The one who's really good at it is Sui Chuani. He would silently eat all the little snakes in his stomach, and be ready to kill them at any time, Bai Ye said meaningfully. Zhang Xingyu looked at Bai Ye in confusion. How did he do that? Those who rush to the front will never grow. First, it's because of their gluttony, and second, it's because they're standing in the middle of a war. The real big snake is calmly eating at the side. Others are still fighting to the death, but he has already become a big snake. With enough length, he can naturally form a circle. That's why he's able to surround others, Bai Ye said slowly. I understand. Zhang Xingyu nodded. He guessed that Bai Ye's words were purposely said for the people behind the surveillance cameras to hear. When they were playing the 6th game, Su Jing came in with his men. Bai Ye ignored them and lowered her head to play the 6th game. Su Jing glanced at her and said unhappily, "What kind of attitude is that? Do you think this is a game hall? I've waited for you for 5 games. Please wait for me to finish this sentence, President Su, Baiya said casually. Where did you get the cheek to make me wait? I'm busy with work, Su Jing said sternly. He stormed out of the room and slammed the door shut. Zhang Xingyu looked at Baiya. She was still very calm, and continued playing the game without being affected. Zhang Xingyu couldn't guess what Baiya was thinking. 5 minutes later, the game ended. Baiya exited the game and said to Zhang Xingyu, let's go back. Okay. Zhang Xingyu stood up, walked in front, and opened the door. When she reached the door, Chief Xiao chased after her. Miss Bai, aren't you here to cooperate with the police? President Su is already here. Suddenly, I don't want to cooperate anymore. I don't have that obligation, Baiya said coldly. Chief Xiao turned pale and stood in front of Baiya. Didn't we agree earlier? You left me hanging in the office for half an hour without even a glass of water. It's wrong of me to play games to pass the time. I'm here to help, not to be interrogated. Besides, I'm worried that if I say what I heard, I'll be silenced. So, after thinking about it, I think it's better not to say anything. Baiya said to herself. He walked towards his car. I think you have a guilty conscience. Su Jing rushed to the entrance of the police station and said impolitely. I'm afraid that if I say it, you will be the one who will be angry. Are you sure I still want to say it? Baiya retorted. She narrowed her eyes and looked sharp and arrogant. Her aura was no less than Su Zhang's. I will be angry. Tell me, what did Lady Xing say? Su Jing didn't give up. Baiya smiled and walked into the police station. She stood in front of Su Jing with her head held high. Lady Xing said that her husband's death has something to do with my husband. She said that her husband knows a secret. What secret? Su Jing asked. Su Jing, do you still remember Xia He? Baiya asked coldly. What does Xia He have to do with this case? Su Jing frowned and said impatiently. Back then, you deliberately revealed Xia He's whereabouts to Ling Xiao. You wanted to make Gu Lingqing the mastermind and send him to the military court. What you didn't know was that there was no such thing as a spy at all. This mission was originally a fake mission from someone above, and you deliberately framed him. And you deliberately framed Gu Lingqing, for what? Baiya asked. What deliberately framed? I don't know what you are talking about. Su Jing said in panic. I have found the person who met Xia He by chance. Baiya raised the corner of her mouth confidently. Su Zhang's heart skipped a beat. He said confidently, I told Ling Xiao. That's because Ling Xiao should be in charge of this matter. After all, Xia He used to serve in the special military. I didn't do anything wrong. What I did was reasonable. You are the leader of the Discipline Inspection Department. After knowing Xia He's whereabouts, you didn't arrest him yourself, but through the special military. Are you that great? Baiya asked in reply. She chuckled and looked very disdainful. That's because your husband and I are old friends. I have to do this favor for Gu Lingqing. You're just a woman. You don't know anything. Don't spout nonsense here. Su Zhang was angry. His eyes were wide open, and his eyes were bloodshot. Baiya was very calm. She looked at him coldly with her eyes drooping lazily. Whether I was talking nonsense or not, I'm sure the men at the court-martial all knew. What military court? Director Zhao asked. He was not present at that time, so he was a little curious. Baiya glared at Su Jing. My memory is not bad. I remember that you tried to prove that Gu Lingqing is a spy that day. Is it because you are old friends with my husband? That's because I have to stand on the side of justice. How can I play favoritism? Your husband did cover up for Xia He, Su Jing said confidently. That's why I said that you framed him on purpose. That's because you didn't know that the mission was fake. You know very well why you framed Gu Lingqing as a spy. Maybe it's because you want to be the president, or maybe it's because your daughter can't get that man. Or maybe, it's both. Baiya continued Su Zhang's words easily. Su Zhang was about to explode. Someone, chase her out of here. She is talking nonsense. Baiya laughed. I am not talking nonsense. I believe that the eyes of the public are clear. Su Zhang's face turned pale. He thought of a possibility. What do you mean by that? I actually don't want to say it because I cherish my life. I also know that even if I say it, it won't do me any good if you deny it. But I believe that some things don't need evidence. Justice lies in the hearts of the people. If President Su has nothing else, I will be going back. Baiya nodded. Su Zhang held Baiya's arm. You won't upload this video online, will you? Su Zhang, if I wanted to upload it, I wouldn't have waited until now. Think about it carefully. Also, you should be at the age of retirement. Your son and Gu Lingqing are still the best of friends. Think about it carefully. Baiya pulled Su Zhang's hand away, turned around and walked towards her car. Zhang Xingyu immediately followed. Su Zhang was still in a daze. He looked around and saw that some people were nervously putting away their phones. He had a bad feeling about this. In the car. Chapter 665. There is no evidence. Even now, there is no evidence. I said that I knew who it was just to scare Su Zhang. Also, Su Zhang is not the main culprit. Also. Baiya paused for a moment. As she thought of Gu Lingqing, her eyes softened. Gu Lingqing said that he was friends with Su Changhao. However, he chose to let him go for the sake of Su Changhao. Chief is a very kind person. That is why all of us are willing to leave the special forces with him, Zhang Xingyu said with a sigh. Okay. Baiya responded. She missed Gu Lingqing, but she did not know why, but when she thought of him, her heart ached. It should not be. He was right by her side. Baiya took a deep breath and adjusted her emotions. She said, when we go back this time, we can release the video that was taken in the living room last time. If this news is released together with Su Zhang's video, will it transfer the crisis to Su Zhang? Zhang Xingyu asked worriedly. Su Zhang only affects Gu Lingqing's interests, while Dongxing affects the interests of the entire country. Which one do you think will cause a sensation? Baiya asked. Then if Su Zhang's video is released now, won't it lose its effect? Zhang Xingyu did not understand and scratched his head. Baiya's lips twitched. Su Zhang only affects Gu Lingqing's interests. To the outside world, Gu Lingqing is already dead. This news will not cause a sensation unless someone is manipulating it behind the scenes. Zhang Xingyu understood. So, in order to transfer the public opinion, Dongxing will definitely target Su Zhang. In order to transfer the crisis, Su Zhang will definitely retaliate. When two tigers fight, there will definitely be losses. But wouldn't that make Suochuani even more powerful? Do you think they won't suspect Suochuani? Baiya said with certainty, especially for the suspicious Dongxing. Oh. Zhang Xingyu was enlightened. They won't let go of Suochuani either. They'll protect and restrain each other. We'll keep a low profile and bide our time. When the chief returns, no one will be our match. The more Zhang Xingyu thought about it, the more excited he got. That's great. However, Baiya was not as optimistic as Zhang Xingyu. Those people were all old foxes and had many strategists by their side. She had to be very, very careful in order for things to develop in the direction she wanted. When they got home, Song Shiyu personally cooked dinner. She even stewed Lin Shulan's patient meal. This nourishing soup is ready. I'll send it to Shulan in the afternoon. That child's parents are not by her side. She's so pitiful. Okay, Mom, there's something I want to discuss with you. Baya helped Song Shiyu serve the dishes. Tell me what you want to say. As long as I can do it, I'll definitely help you, Song Shiyu said readily. I want to buy some imported medical equipment for use at home. Firstly, it can be used for emergencies. Secondly, our people get injured easily. It'll be more convenient to take care of them at home, Baya said thoughtfully. Sure, I agree. How about doctors? Do you need to hire some? Not for the time being. Don't forget, I'm a doctor. If it doesn't work, I can ask Lu Shuang to come over and help. If it's really serious, we can invite a specialist. What do you think? Baya asked. I agree with whatever you say. How much do you need? Just tell me. Song Shiyu patted Baya's hand. My grandfather gave me a lot of money. I'm still running the app, and it seems to be profitable. I want to build another house in the manor to store these equipment. Is that okay? Sure, Mom's house is okay. Even if you sell the entire manor, I'll agree. I know you must have your reasons for doing things, Song Shiyu said confidently. Okay. Thank you, Mom. After finishing her meal, Baya went back to her room to rest. She lay on the bed and her thoughts were very active. She stared at the ceiling, but there was an empty feeling in her heart. She missed Gu Lingqing. She missed Gu Lingqing very much. She pulled open the drawer and looked at the photos of Gu Lingqing inside. He didn't have many photos. Most of them were taken by Song Shiyu when he was young, forcing him to take them. He was so young at that time. His face was cool and his eyes were sharp. It was as if he could see into people and never come out. She brushed her fingers across his face. Her heart was still bitter and sad. She closed the photo album and put it back in the drawer. Then, she called Xing Buhua. The phone rang 5 times before the other party picked up. Xing Buhua lowered his voice and asked, "What's wrong?" "If it's not Hua, who is it?" Chiu Ting's voice came from the other end of the phone. A sharp light flashed across Xing Buhua's eyes. He glanced at Chiu Ting and walked out quickly. Baiya was silent. She heard the girl's voice. She waited for Xing Buhua to speak. Xing Buhua explained, "That girl just now is Xing Shang's daughter." "What's wrong, Xiaoya?" "I miss you. I want to hear your voice," Baiya said gently. Xing Buhua smiled. "I'll come over tonight." Baiya looked out of the window. "Do you still remember what we said to each other on the island?" "I said many things on the island." "Which one were you talking about?" Xing Buhua asked in a deep voice. "After we take our revenge, let's leave. We'll go to a place where no one knows us and live a good life with our children." "I don't want to be separated from you again," Baiya said leisurely. "Okay." Xing Buhua responded. From the corner of his eye, he saw Chiu Ting coming out. He frowned. "Xiaoya, I still have some things to do. Let's talk when we meet tonight." Xing Buhua hung up the phone and deleted Baiya's call. "Who were you talking to on the phone?" Chiu Ting said angrily. Her eyes were red and she looked wronged and arrogant. "I don't have to report to you." Xing Buhua was unhappy. In the past, he still had some brotherly feelings for Chiu Ting. However, after yesterday, he only felt disgust and annoyance for her. "We're going to be husband and wife in the future. Why can't you tell me? Don't tell me it's Hua Rui again." Chiu Ting tried to snatch Xing Buhua's phone. Xing Buhua dodged quickly and did not let her succeed. Chiu Ting was angry. "I'm going to look for Grandpa." Xing Buhua grabbed her arm and looked at her coldly. Why do you have to look for Xing Shang for everything? Are you done? Who told you to bully me? Who exactly were you contacting? Why didn't you tell me? Qiu Ting asked self-righteously. Xing Buhua stared at Qiu Ting. The more he compared her, the more he felt that Qiu Ting was disgusting. Bai Ye was Gu Lingqing's wife. Even though she heard a woman's voice on the other end of the line, she did not question him. He explained himself and she did not say anything else. She wanted him to feel comfortable with her. Even if they spent the rest of their lives together, they would be happy. Chapter 666. Xing Buhua, come back. You slept with me yesterday, and now you're going to deny it. Qiu Ting stomped her feet and shouted. Xing Buhua's face darkened, and he didn't turn around. Yesterday, he had asked Li Junyan to replace him. He still felt guilty towards Qiu Ting and wanted to treat her well. But now, his guilt towards Qiu Ting had disappeared. Not long after he drove out, his phone rang. It was Xing Shang. He didn't hide his annoyance. He stopped the car by the roadside and answered the call. What's going on? Qiu Ting is crying to me. She said you slept with another woman behind her back. Xing Shang questioned. Do you think I have the mood to care about sex in such a situation? Xing Buhua asked. Then why didn't you tell me who she was when you were talking to her? Xing Shang asked. Xing Buhua felt an unknown anger rising to his head. He loved freedom and hated being restricted. Now, he felt that he was a bird in a cage and was under the control of others. Could it be that he would also be restricted by Xing Shang and Qiu Ting when he became the president in the future? He held the steering wheel tightly, as if he was holding his fate in his hands. The veins on the back of his hands were bulging. He said coldly, do you mean that I have to report to her every time I call someone? Or, I'll resign and let her take over my job. Xing Buhua, what's with your attitude? She's just concerned about you, Xing Shang said sternly. Xing Buhua hung up, turned off his phone, and threw it into the storage box. He didn't go to Bai Ye's place. Instead, he went to the secret base. Mr. Xing, the person in charge, came over immediately. How's my brother? Xing Buhua asked coldly. He's temporarily stabilized after the shock, but there's no sign of him waking up, the person in charge reported. Xing Buhua sat on the bed and looked at the unconscious Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing and Gu Lingqing had the same face, the same facial features, and even their bodies were almost the same. The only difference was that Gu Lingqing's little finger was still broken, while Gu Lingqing's was intact. The look in his eyes was very complicated. There was pain, worry, heartache, annoyance, and also pampering. This was his twin brother, the person closest to him in this world. He would definitely do his best to cure him. The funny thing was, they fell in love with the same woman. He was in a dilemma now. He wanted to replace Bai Ye and become the man she loved. He also wanted Gu Lingqing to get better. If Gu Lingqing recovered, he could only leave Bai Ye's side. Now that Gu Lingqing was dead, he was worried that Bai Ye would also choose to die if he knew about it. He felt as if there was a hand squeezing his heart so hard that he could barely breathe. Xing Buhua had been sitting by the bed for half an hour, but Gu Lingqing did not respond at all. How's the search going? Xing Buhua asked. I got the news that the Special Forces soldier who was rescued is called LV Bowie. He has important information in his hands. It is said that after he woke up, he escaped directly. Currently, he is in Country A, the person in charge reported. Even the president didn't give him the information in his hands. Xing Buhua was confused. I'm not sure about this. There are many rumors. Some people say that he is a spy from Country A, and the information he got is actually a biological weapon. LV Bowie, right? Try to find him. I must save my brother, Xing Buhua ordered. Yes. Xing Buhua left the base and drove to the city center. He turned on his phone. His phone was full of calls. There were Xing Shang, Qiu Ting, Hua Rui, Zhua Chuani, and Shen Yan. He called Shen Yan first. What's wrong? I heard from Zhua Chuani that you only sent the letter from country F, haven't you dealt with the letter from country B? Shen Yan was surprised because they had discussed it before. After all, those who were caught are just ordinary people. It is a bit too hasty for us to go as soon as the incident happened. I will wait for country B to contact me first, and then I will go, Xing Buhua said. Well, that's good. Actually, I hope that Baiya can help you. Her negotiation skills are good, and she can see through the other party's thoughts. If you need, I can go talk to her again. No need. Let's talk about it when I can't solve it. I have something else to do. That's all for now. Xing Buhua hung up the phone. After thinking for a while, he drove to Baiya's place. Baiya fell asleep in a daze. She was woken up by the ringing of her phone. She saw that it was an unfamiliar caller ID. She thought it was Xing Buhua, so she picked it up. Xiaoya, it's me, Su Jiran. Su Jiran's voice came from the other end of the phone. Baiya sat up from the bed in shock. Ever since he became enemies with Xing Dongqing, he had not contacted her for a long time. Are you okay? Baiya asked. After all, a large part of the reason why he was on the run now was because of her. Ha. Su Jiran smiled faintly. I'm okay. I just miss you. Baiya lowered her eyes. She and Su Jiran were no longer in a relationship that could be imagined. She had said many heartless words before. Now that he had specially called her, she couldn't bring herself to say those harsh words. But if she didn't say it out loud, it would cause others to misunderstand and destroy his hope of finding happiness. Su Jiran, we can only be friends. I'm already Gu Lingqing's wife. It will never change. I'm sorry. He. Su Jiran smiled. I don't know why, but I feel especially proud of you. If I had treated you better back then, you would have been Su Jiran's wife forever. Baiya responded. Su Jiran didn't speak, and neither did she. The two of them fell into silence. You promised to be my friend. Su Jiran took a step back and said. Actually, I don't want to be calculative about the past. I just want to live my life now. Su Jiran, I hope that you can find a woman who is truly suitable for you and give birth to a bunch of your children. When our children grow up, they might even become good friends, Baiya said softly. Said. I've gotten the best, but I've also done a lot of wrong things. I'd rather have nothing than have something inferior. I've seen the news online. You did the right thing, didn't you? You're talking about the news about Xing Dongqing. Yes. Baiya did not deny it. When it came to the issue of Xing Dongqing, they were comrades in arms. Don't worry about Xing Dongqing. I'll give you a present tomorrow, Su Jiran said with a smile. His tone was firm and calm. Baiya was suspicious. What do you want to do? Could it be that you want to kill him? Chapter 667. Baiya was so shocked that she got out of bed and walked to the window. So, you mean, someone will assassinate Xing Dongqing tomorrow? She was really shocked. The plan didn't change fast. It should be like this. Don't you want him to die? Su Jiran asked suspiciously. She thought. Xing Dongqing killed Gu Lingqing's parents and family. He also wanted to kill Gu Lingqing. If Xing Dongqing didn't die, she and Gu Lingqing would be in danger. However, he died just like that. There was an indescribable trance in her heart, and it felt unreal. I'm just shocked, Baiya said lightly. It's reasonable, but unexpected. Because of your efforts, Xing Dongqing was removed from his position, and the people of Black Weasel realized his incompetence. You made it impossible for him to be the president forever, and exposed his selfishness and despicableness. The people of Black Weasel have no future in his hands, and they have no ideals. They are just tools. A good bird chooses a tree to nest in. Without Black Ferret's support, Xing Dongqing is no different from a stray dog. Su Jiran said with a smile, his tone comforting. He didn't want Baiya to feel that she didn't kill her enemy. You. Baiya hesitated, and many complicated thoughts flashed through her mind. Now Su Jiran didn't care why the people of Black Weasel were willing to follow him. He must have a lot of things that she didn't know. Also, was he still working on the virus he developed last time? Xing Dongqing shouldn't be working on the virus, and Shiniyan didn't either. So, was Su Jiran working on it himself? Was the virus he developed the same as the one LV Bowie gave her? What's wrong? Su Jiran asked. Baiya took a deep breath. Are you still working on the virus you developed last time? Ha. Su Jiran just chuckled. Do you want me to develop it or not? If these things are used well, they will be the country's most powerful weapons. If we don't use it well, it will also be a disaster for mankind, Baiya added. As long as it's under control, there won't be a problem. What I've developed so far isn't contagious. However, if you don't want me to study it, I won't, Shiniyan said seriously. Not infectious. Then it should be different from LV Bowie's. Where are you now? Let's meet up. I have something to discuss with you, said Baiya. Is it convenient for you to come out? It's safer for me to come find you. After all, Xing Dongqing is no longer a threat to me, Su Jiran said with certainty. Do you still remember the place where we first met? Your university. Let's meet there. I'll take the bus here alone. Wait for me at the school gate, Baiya said in a deep voice. She opened the cupboard and chose a black and loose down jacket. It's too dangerous for you to come out alone. Su Jiran was worried. Currently, Xing Dongqing, Zhou Chuani, and Su Zheng are extremely busy. They won't have the time to deal with me. That's all. I'll be there in about an hour. I'll contact you when I arrive. Baiya did not give Su Jiran a chance to speak and hung up the phone. She put on the down jacket, cut her hair, put on a hat and a mask. She looked so ordinary that she could disappear into the crowd when she walked on the road. She left through the secret passage. Just as she got on the bus, her phone rang. Seeing that it was an anonymous call, she thought that Su Jiran had arrived. She picked up the phone. I'm on the bus. I'll be there in half an hour. Where are you going? Xing Buhua was surprised. His voice was low, as if he was trying to suppress his emotions. He asked, Where are you going? Baiya was stunned. She explained, I have to go out and deal with some things. What things are you going to deal with? Xing Buhua asked. His chest was heaving up and down violently. He was not calm. Do you know how dangerous it is for you to go out alone? Where are you now? I'll come and pick you up. No need. I'll go back in a while. Baiya refused. Xing Buhua felt Baiya's alienation. There was a fire in his heart. He raised his voice. Where are you going? Baiya took a deep breath. Xing Buhua's pressure made it hard for her to breathe. I have an appointment with Su Jiran. There are some things I need to deal with. What things do you need to deal with? Don't forget that he is being chased by Xing Dongqing. Are you going to meet him so that Xing Dongqing can kill two birds with one stone? Xing Buhua was annoyed. No, Xing Dongqing is in a hurry to put out the fire. He has no time for other things. I don't want you to meet him. He is your ex-husband. I don't think you need to meet him in private. Xing Buhua spoke his mind directly. I'll tell you the reason tomorrow. That's it for now. Bai Ye insisted. What? Tomorrow? You're not coming back today. I'm waiting for you in the library. Xing Buhua was even more agitated. I'll be back. Wait for me for 2 hours. I'll hang up first. Don't hang up. Xing Buhua said domineeringly. Bai Ye didn't hang up. She remained silent. You'll only be happy if I die of anger, right? Sneaking out to meet my ex-husband. You know I don't like him. Xing Buhua frowned and clenched his fists tightly. His brain was about to explode. Bai Ye also knew that she shouldn't hide it from Gu Lingqing. However, there were some things that she didn't want to tell him. I won't do anything with Su Jiran. I only have you in my heart. You're still worried about me. It's not like we haven't seen Su Jiran's methods. Maybe he injected the virus into you. He will do anything to get you. How can you go to him in private without any precautions? Xing Buhua questioned. Even if he injected the virus into me, I won't be threatened by him even if I die. Wait for me for 2 hours. I'll cook you delicious food when I come back. Bai Ye said kindly. You still don't want to tell me, right? Xing Buhua was really annoyed. Bai Ye didn't say anything. He sneered. Now he could understand Qiu Ting's feelings. He loved Bai Ye. That was why he called Bai Ye secretly. Even if he hurt Qiu Ting, he had to protect Bai Ye. As for Qiu Ting, she must have felt that he had someone else in his heart. Because she couldn't get him, and because she loved him, she insisted on making things difficult for Xing Shang. Was Bai Ye protecting Su Jiran now? If it wasn't for me, would you be with Su Jiran? Xing Buhua asked coldly. Bai Ye sighed, and her heart ached faintly. Gu Lingqing had been hurt because she hadn't made it clear what she had done. She didn't want to repeat the mistakes of the past. Just say it. Chapter 668. You're not going to tell me about this. You're going to tell him first. Xing Buhua was even more agitated and his voice was getting sharper. I'm not telling you because you have a lot on your plate right now, not many things have happened to him. Xing Buhua raised his voice and interrupted her. His anger was bursting out. The anger was like a flood attacking her, pressing down on her so that she couldn't escape. That's because I don't want to care about anything else after I find the right person. I just want to be with you. What country, what honor, I don't want anything, and I don't want any responsibility that I can't give up. Bai Ye blurted out. Her voice was so loud that everyone on the bus looked at her. She lowered her head awkwardly. Xing Buhua understood. She did not tell him because she was worried that he would have to bear the responsibility and not be able to leave easily. His tone softened. Don't look for Su Jiran. He is too shrewd and not suitable to be entrusted with heavy responsibilities. Moreover, there might be other disasters. Where are you now? I'll come and pick you up. I'm going to my university. Call me when you reach the entrance. Bai Ye said and hung up the phone. She looked out of the window. She was really tired of fighting and scheming against each other every day. She had to set up traps to suppress the other party. Xing Dongqing was dead. After Su Zheng and Zhou Chuni were suppressed, Shen Yan should be able to sit tight. She wanted to leave too. Just as she got out of the bus, her phone rang. The black Camry at the entrance is mine, the license plate ending with 510. Get in. Bai Ye found the Camry and opened the door. She sat in the passenger seat and looked at Su Jiran. He was much thinner than before, so thin that it made one's heart ache. However, he was still charming. Come to think of it, Su Jiran was also a pitiful person. He had no parents and lived with hatred since he was young. When he finally let go of his hatred, even his foster mother who cared about him was dead. Up until now, he had nothing. Su Jiran smiled charmingly. I knew it was you. Baiya recalled that when they had just met, he was also like this. Just a slight smile was enough to make him look like a peerless beauty, filled with endless kindness, gentleness, and consideration. At the same time, she also thought of Gu Lingqing. She thought of Gu Lingqing waiting for her at the entrance of the hospital. She thought of Gu Lingqing going to the barren mountain to save her. She thought of her and Gu Lingqing eating and reading together. She thought of the warm days when he was by her side. My heart is very wet. If it's not me who dares not to expose such a package, who else can it be? Baiya said elegantly. Yes. Do you have something to tell me? Su Jiran returned to the topic at hand. She was originally here to entrust an important task to him, but Gu Lingqing did not agree. She still had to think carefully, so she changed the topic. What are you going to do after Dongqing dies? Su Jiran was facing Baiya. He stopped smiling and said seriously, I don't want to lie to you, and I won't lie to you anymore. In fact, I contacted Shiniyin. Baiya was shocked. His parents died because of you. You are really bold. Su Jiran smiled wickedly. Shiniyin is a person who does big things. He doesn't care about trifles. Moreover, his parents died because he killed my mother. There is a reason for it. He can even tolerate Dongqing, who is behind the scenes, so he can definitely tolerate me. Moreover, Dongqing is gone. He needs someone to take over Dongqing's work. In terms of working ability, I am 100 times better than Dongqing. So, Shiniyin also knows that Dongqing will die tomorrow. Baiya looked at Su Jiran in surprise. He knows. He told me the method. We don't need to do anything. Someone will naturally take Dongqing's life. Dongqing has committed too many crimes before. There are countless people who want him to die. Su Jiran said in a deep voice. Shiniyin wants Dongqing to die today. When he stabilizes his position, the next one will be you. Are you crazy? Why do you still work for him? Baiya frowned in surprise. Xiaoya. Su Jiran smiled. He was exceptionally happy. Are you worried about me? Baiya paused. I don't want to lie to you. I've loved you, hated you, felt sorry for you, and hated you. You once wanted me to die, and I once wanted you to die. You once saved me, and I once saved you. We lived together for 3 years, and it's not like we didn't have feelings for each other during those 3 years. Today, there is only Gu Lingqing in my heart. Even if I care about you, it won't change anything. So, if you still have hope for me, you should quickly give up. Su Jiran sighed helplessly. I envy that guy. Even if I let Zhou Hailon out, it didn't change the relationship between you two. Xiaoya, I've given up on you. I will find a good girl in the future. I will love and spoil her. I will give her what I didn't give you before, but now I want to give you everything. So, live well. If you stay by Sheniyin's side, even if you have power, it's like asking a tiger for its skin. Sheniyin's schemes and strategies are above mine. But he has a weakness. Lu Shuang, have you forgotten? Su Jiran reminded him. Baiya's heart tightened. She said impatiently, so, do you want Lu Shuang to make a fuss and become the president? Su Jiran, Lu Shuang is my best friend, and he's also the person I've lost the most money to. If you want to deal with him, I won't let you go, even if I have to pay for your life with mine. Su Jiran stroked Baiya's head. His fingers rubbed her scalp with great pity. Baiya's whole body stiffened, and she looked at him defensively. Okay, I'll listen to you. After leaving Shinian, I'll also leave a land and find a place to live again. I won't come back in the future. In order not to make my future wife sad, I won't contact you again. Xiaoya, after today, we'll have to yearn for the martial arts world. Can you give me a hug? Su Jiran said softly, with a smile at the corner of his mouth. Tears flowed down from his left eye. She felt very sad in her heart. In a person's life, there would be many passers-by. College roommates, people who got along well with each other on a trip, people who got along well with each other at work, people who once appeared by one side and became the closest at that time. However, these people would disappear in one's life, never to contact each other, and become a chapter in one's memory. The only people who could get along with each other forever were one's partner, parents, and children. But now, she had no parents. Where were her son and partner? It was not easy for her to open her heart to someone, because she was afraid of losing them after opening her heart. In the end, she was too afraid of losing them, so there were not many people in her heart. Su Jiran was a person who once stayed in her heart. Now, Su Jiran was about to start a lonely journey, and she, at this moment, felt lonely too. Chapter 669. Reality has proven that you can work hard to fall in love with someone else. Keep it up, Baya choked. He hugged her tightly, not wanting to let go. He wanted time to stop at this moment. He knew that if he let go this time, it would be forever. But, after all, Baya was really not his anymore, so he had to let her go. Su Jiran took a deep breath and let go of her. He looked into her red eyes and saw himself in them. He felt that even if he had nothing, it would be worth it. Take care. Baya nodded. Take care. She opened the car door and got out. In the end, she didn't tell him about the virus. It would take at least an hour to get from the manor to her school. Gu Lingqing wouldn't be able to get there so quickly. She sent a message to Xing Buhua. I'm in the private room of the restaurant we ate at last time. It's 104, near the school. Do you remember it? When Xing Buhua saw the message from Baya, he frowned and sped up. He definitely didn't know her, so he could only look for her one by one. He arrived near the school and found 4 restaurants. When he reached the 5th restaurant, the lady boss saw him and smiled. Xiaoya has been waiting for you for a long time. I'm going to cook for you now. Do you want to come over and choose the fish? Oh, okay. After finding Baya, Xing Buhua heaved a sigh of relief and followed the lady boss to the backyard. There was a water tank in the backyard, and it was filled with live crucian carps. Has Xiaoya ordered all the dishes? Xing Buhua asked tentatively. Yes, braised pork with preserved vegetables. It's your favorite, right? I've already steamed it. Small fish tofu, winter gourd ribs, tomato and egg. This time, I'll give you an extra grandma's dish, the lady boss said with a smile. Xing Buhua smiled politely. Then I'll have an extra bowl of rice this time. Feel free to eat. There's no charge, the lady boss said warmly. Thank you. No wonder Xiaoya can't forget the dishes here. It turns out that there's such a nice boss. You can choose the fish as you see fit. I'm not worried. I'm going to find Xiaoya first, Xing Buhua said warmly. Go, she's been waiting for you for a while. Xing Buhua entered the private room. Baiyo was playing Snake. When she saw him, she put down her phone and glanced at him. She didn't say anything, but her eyes seemed to say a lot. Xing Buhua couldn't bear to scold her. He sat down opposite her. Don't do this again. Do you know how worried I was when I went to your place and saw you? Baiya said softly, you've been so busy recently. There are so many things to deal with. I'm afraid that I'll cause you trouble. Your business is the most important to me. Xing Buhua held her hand. This sentence sounded familiar to Bai Ye. He had said it before. Although she didn't express her love for this sentence, she had always been touched. I won't do this next time. I'll discuss it with you in the future. If you have any problems, you have to discuss it with me. Husband and wife need to communicate, Bai Ye said. Her voice was like a drizzle in spring, mixed with a unique fragrance that could make people feel at ease. Their whole body would be immersed in the gentle beauty, and they would not be able to resist at all. Xing Buhua smiled and changed the topic. I heard that you ordered my favorite, braised pork with preserved vegetables. I was going to cook it for you when I got back today, Bai Ye explained. I've already bought the best streaky pork. I'm already hungry after hearing what you said. I'll definitely go to your place tomorrow. Is Sui Chuni leaving for F land in the afternoon? Bai Ye asked. Yes. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened. When it came to work, he became serious. If Bilan doesn't contact me tomorrow, I'm going to leave for Bilan the day after tomorrow. I'm worried that I'll confess under torture. In fact, according to the normal procedure, Country B should contact you today. Let's wait another day and see. If they contact you, it's best if they let us contact you first. They have the initiative, Bai Ye said. That's right. The boss's wife pushed the door open and came in with braised pork with preserved vegetables. Try the braised pork first. It's been stewed for a long time. I'll bring some rice over later. Bai Ye smiled. Thank you. You're welcome. I like you, girl. The boss's wife said happily and turned to leave. Xing Buhua looked at the boss's back and sighed. Luckily, it's a girl. Otherwise, I'll definitely be jealous. Bai Ye smiled and held Xing Buhua's hand. She said seriously, after we've dealt with Xing Dongqing and taken down Sui Chuni, let's leave this place. We can go to a deserted island or travel around the world. It's not enough to take down Sui Chuni. I still have scores to settle with him, Xing Buhua said solemnly. Bai Ye was suspicious. Is it the secret about you that Lady Xing told me last time? Xing Buhua nodded. Do you remember the first time something happened to me? It was the one that exploded on the ship. How could Bai Ye forget? That explosion had blown up her soul. You're saying that Sui Chuni did it? It should be him. Xing Buhua's eyes were deep and heavy. That explosion was done by Xing Dongqing. Sui Chuni assassinated Gu Lingqing. He had to take revenge for his brother. But he couldn't tell Bai Ye clearly, so he could only choose to lie. Bai Ye lowered her head in disappointment. Xing Dongqing would be dealt with tomorrow. But what about Sui Chuni? Xing Buhua could see Bai Ye's depression. He put his other hand on Bai Ye's and said in a low voice, It'll be over soon. I have a lot of evidence. There will be a good show at the beginning of next year. In less than half a year, Sui Chuni will definitely be dealt with. Bai Ye tilted her head and leaned on his arm. Our child will be born in half a year. I really hope that everything will be settled by then. We can leave with our child and live a carefree life. We have at least 50 years to live. Thinking about it, there's more happiness than sadness. It's still full of hope. Xing Buhua lowered his head and kissed her forehead. Yes, there's more happiness than sadness. The proprietress came in and saw Xing Buhua kissing Bai Ye's forehead. She smiled and said, You two are so close. Are you married? Xing Buhua put his hand on Bai Ye's belly. We're having our second child. That's great. I hope you can be happy forever. The proprietress said sweetly. She put down the rice in Grandma's dish. It turned out that Grandma's dish was a specially developed pickled vegetable. To use a common name, it was sour beans. It went well with rice. Baiya gently scooped rice for Xing Buhua. His phone rang. It was Xing Shang. He was annoyed. He clenched his teeth and answered the phone. Chapter 670. He's Xing Shang's. I've had some conflicts with him recently. Xing Buhua didn't hide anything. He doesn't seem to like me. Baiya recalled Xing Shang's reaction when he saw her. He doesn't want me to see you. He's afraid that I'll expose my identity and arouse suspicion. After all, he's been in hiding for so many years. He's an ambitious person. Xing Buhua lowered his head and ate a mouthful of rice. Is he reliable? Baiya was worried. She picked up a piece of braised pork for him. He's a good friend of my father. I'm talking about my biological father. He should be reliable. However, he's too ambitious. You should eat too. You have 2 mouths to eat. Eat more. Look at how thin you are. Xing Buhua felt sorry for him. Baiya nodded. His phone rang again. Answer it. Running away isn't the solution. Communicate properly. Besides, a white lie can avoid conflicts. Everyone's goal is the same. That way, it can be forgiven, Baiya said gently. Xing Buhua's heart trembled. He looked at Baiya with a burning gaze. A white lie can be forgiven. Answer it. As long as we have the same goal, it's fine. Okay. Wait a moment. Xing Buhua answered the phone. Where are you? Xing Shang asked violently. His voice was filled with his bad temper. I'm eating outside. I'll come back after dinner. If there's anything, wait for me to come back. That's all. Xing Buhua didn't wait for Xing Shang to speak and hung up. He sounds like he's in a bad mood. Baiya said worriedly. It's normal for him to be in a bad mood. Menopause is normal. Xing Buhua picked up a piece of braised pork for Baiya. He smiled slightly. Let's not talk about him. It's time for us to have dinner. Okay. Baiya smiled. She took a big bite of the braised pork. It's delicious. Eat more. The lady boss heard them. She served a bowl of delicious fish soup with tofu. I want to eat 2 bowls of rice. Baiya praised the lady boss. Okay. You 2 can finish all the rice in my house. I'll be happy to, the lady boss said with a smile. Xing Buhua picked up the meat from the fish's belly and put it into Baiya's bowl. I heard that eating fish is smart. You eating it is the same as our child eating it. Hee, I've heard about it too. Baiya said with a smile. She took the initiative to pick up the fish head and put it in her bowl. Are you sure you want to come tomorrow night? Yeah, I miss the fish in our lake. You made the best fish in the world. I should be free tomorrow morning. I'll go fishing and wait for you to come back for dinner. Okay. Xing Buhua smiled at her. A warm moment like this was really good. He really hoped that time would stop at this moment forever. However, the better the time, the shorter it felt. After dinner, Baiya put on a mask. Xing Buhua held her hand and walked out. Suddenly, he stopped. A sharp light flashed in his eyes. He looked back and glanced at the black car on the side of the road. His face darkened. What's wrong? Baiya followed Xing Buhua's gaze. She also glanced at the black car. She had a bad feeling in her heart. He stuffed the car key into Baiya's hand. He lowered his voice and said to Baiya, "Get in the car and wait for me." Okay. Baiya saw him like this. She didn't dare to hold him back. She immediately got into his car. Xing Buhua came to the black car and knocked on the window. The window was lowered. Li Junyan looked at Xing Buhua worriedly. My phone has an anti-tracking device. How did you follow me? Xing Buhua stared at Li Junyan sharply. Old master asked someone from the traffic control department to follow you an hour ago. He asked me to follow you and report to him at any time, Li Junyan said with a troubled expression. So you reported it? Xing Buhua looked at him coldly. Of course not. How could I betray the chief? But old master knows where you are. You came to this school. He guessed that you are with Baya, Li Junyan reminded him. I got it. Just say that I had a meal with a girl. Yes, that's what I said. I only took the side profile of the photo. Miss Bai was wearing a mask and dressed like an ordinary student. Old master only suspected it. He didn't have any solid evidence. Okay. You go back first. You can report that I found you. I'll handle the rest, Xing Buhua ordered. Okay. Li Junyan called. Xing Buhua returned to the car. Are we being followed? Baya asked. Xing Shang asked for help from the traffic control department. They should be watching my car now. I can't send you back. I'll send you to the mall. You can change your clothes there. They shouldn't be able to follow you then, Xing Buhua suggested. Don't worry. I can do it alone. No. What if they follow you and catch you before you change your clothes? Call Zhang Xingyu. I'll be more at ease if they protect me, Xing Buhua instructed. Baya nodded. Call Zhang Xingyu now. I'll send you to Shuiyu International. Xing Buhua stared at Baya. Baya knew that he cared about her. He didn't want anything to happen to her, so she could face his domineering attitude calmly. She made the call in front of him. Madam, have you seen it on the internet? Xing Dongqing and Su Zheng are fighting. Both sides are sending videos to attack each other. Your plan is very effective, Zhang Xingyu said excitedly. He was secretly delighted as he left a message on the web page. Baiyo was relatively calm. She knew that Xing Dongqing would die the next day. She was just digging her own grave now. Well, I'll be at Shuiyu International in half an hour. Can you pick me up? Baiya said. Ha! When did you go to Shuiyu International? Why didn't Ning report to me? Zhang Xingyu said worriedly. I came out from the secret passage, Baiya explained. Xing Buhua looked at Baiya. She told Zhang Xingyu about the secret passage. However, he didn't say anything. He respected her decision and trusted her judgment. He continued driving. Xing Shang will definitely question you when you get back, right? Baiya asked worriedly. Don't worry. He doesn't have the right to do that. He'll just nag at me. He held her hand and smiled at Baiya. Don't worry about me. Have you met Su Jiran? He asked this question at this time. It was probably because the dinner just now was so warm that he didn't want to ruin it. I've met him. I didn't tell him about the biochemical weapons. I didn't hear you talk about biochemical weapons before. Xing Buhua was curious. He thought that he had investigated her and Gu Lingqing's past in detail. Chapter 671. She looked at Xing Buhua. I want to destroy the biochemical weapon and research on the antidote. I've already told Mom that I want to buy some equipment, but I don't want her to worry. I'm only talking about medical equipment. Of course, I'll also buy some commonly used medical equipment, Baiya said briefly. Since the biochemical weapon has been destroyed, why do you still need to research on the antidote? Xing Buhua was confused. The information and professionals have been spread out. I'm worried that one day, the biochemical weapon will appear. So, it's better to be prepared. Only Mom, Zhang Xingyu, and you know that the biochemical weapon is in my hands, Baiya said. I understand. Anyway, this matter is not urgent. Let's leave it with you. When we find someone reliable, we can hand it over. It won't be too late then, Xing Buhua suggested. Baiya nodded and leaned against the chair. She looked forward with droopy eyes and pulled on the seatbelt casually. I might not be able to come tonight, Xing Buhua said thoughtfully. I understand. Don't be too tired. Your body is your own. Your life is more important than anything else to me. Xing Buhua smiled and looked at her gently. He repeated her words, your life is more important than anything else to me. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. We've thought of many names for our child. I've thought of another one recently. I think it's not bad. Baiya changed the topic. What? Xing Buhua was curious. He hadn't been with them before, so he didn't know what they had named their child. Zichuan, Gu Zichuan. I hope he's healthy, happy, and perfect. My parents are perfect too. I hope we can be together. Baiya looked at him. Her eyes were sparkling. Even if he wasn't Gu Lingqing, he was moved when he saw her like this. The more he was like this, the more he regretted not appearing by her side earlier. Okay, I'll do whatever you want, Xing Buhua said lovingly. Baiya tilted her head and leaned on his shoulder, softly humming a lively song. He also felt that his heart was full. How long will it take for Zhang Xingyu to reach Water Moon International? It should be soon. He is now taking care of Shirlan in the hospital. It won't be far. That's good. For safety's sake, I'll drive there when he arrives at Shuiyu International, in case Xing Shang takes advantage of him. Xing Buhua looked at the rear mirror. It was never wrong to pay more attention. Moreover, it was related to Baiya, so he could not neglect it. Half an hour later, Zhang Xingyu called. Xing Buhua drove to Shuiyu International. As soon as Baiya got out of the car, his phone rang. It was Xing Shang again. He answered the call patiently. What's up? I'll be there in half an hour. Hua Rui is here, Xing Shang reminded. Xing Buhua's eyes flashed with ridicule. And? She and Qiuting are at loggerheads, Xing Shang said helplessly. So, what do you want me to do? Xing Buhua's eyes drooped as he looked forward lazily. If you want to be the president, Hua Rui will be your springboard. At the moment, Qiuting isn't suitable to appear as your woman. I will tell Qiuting to restrain herself, but don't hurt her too much. After all, you are already husband and wife. She gave her first time to you. A woman's first time is very precious. A woman's first time is very precious and worth cherishing, Xing Shang said meaningfully. Xing Buhua twitched the corner of his mouth. So, whoever she gives her first time to will marry her. Of course, Qiuting is a good girl. Being faithful is a virtue of a father and daughter. Also, who is the woman you met today? Baiya. That's not possible. She's alone and has no protection. Don't tell me you found another person outside. Xing Shang was worried and angry. I planted someone in Zhuchuani. That's all for now. I'll be there soon, Xing Buhua said and hung up. As soon as he appeared at the Xing family's house, Hua Rui rushed to him. Since you didn't contact me, I have to contact you. My sister wants me to take you to her. What's your relationship? If not, why would he follow you to see your sister? Qiuting said arrogantly. Don't you know the relationship between me and him? Otherwise, why would I ask him to see my sister? Hua Rui retorted. No, Hua, don't go, Chiu Ting said to Xing Buhua in a commanding tone. No, Hua. My sister is the president's wife. Can't she even see you? She said that you are going abroad tomorrow, Hua Rui said coquettishly. She was beautiful. When she acted coquettishly, she showed the sweetness of a young girl. Xing Buhua twitched the corner of his mouth and looked at Xing Shang calmly. Grandpa, do you think I should go? Xing Shang didn't expect Xing Buhua to throw the question to him. Chiu Ting raised her chin arrogantly. She knew that Xing Shang doted on her and did whatever she wanted. Xing Shang sighed. Since the president's wife wants to see you, it's good for you to go. You can also discuss with the president about the trip to Country B. Chiu Ting looked at Xing Shang in shock. She stamped her feet and said, Grandpa. Chiu Ting, come with me to the study. Xing Shang walked in front of her. Chiu Ting looked at Xing Buhua reluctantly. She met Xing Buhua's cold eyes. She knew that Xing Buhua only listened to Xing Shang. If Xing Shang didn't help her, there was nothing she could do. She could only follow Xing Shang to the study with her head lowered. Hua Rui hugged Xing Buhua's arm happily. She smiled sweetly and said, Let's go, Hua. Compared to facing Xing Shang and Chiu Ting, he would rather face Hua Rui. At least Hua Rui wasn't a person who didn't know her limits. He walked out of the car and sat in the driver's seat. He looked ahead with a deep gaze. Hua Rui glanced at him and pointed at the decorations on his car. She seemed to be doing it on purpose. She asked, Chiu Ting likes you, right? Yes. Xing Buhua didn't deny it. Hua Rui looked at Xing Buhua in surprise. She blinked her eyes and looked disappointed and worried. What's your attitude towards her? What do you think? Xing Buhua said ambiguously. I don't like her. If you like her, you wouldn't have come out with me. Hua Rui guessed. Yes. Xing Buhua didn't deny it. Hua Rui smiled and pursed her lips. She thought for a while and asked shyly, What about me? Do you like me? I don't feel anything, Xing Buhua said. He pulled the corner of his mouth and smiled faintly. Hua Rui looked at him with her eyes wide open. If you don't like me, why did you come out with me? Xing Buhua glanced at her and said, Because I don't feel anything for you. I hate her. Hua Rui was speechless. She was surrounded by many rich men, but none of them was as bad as Xing Buhua. He was full of naughtiness. However, she liked people like him and wanted to conquer him. He could make her heart beat faster with just one look. She believed that she could conquer him. Hello, everyone. I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 672. President's Palace. Shen Yiyan was working in the study when Hua Xixing knocked on the door and entered. Shen Yiyan looked up at her. What's the matter? Hua Rui will be bringing her boyfriend over for dinner in a while, Hua Xixing said with a smile as she walked to Shen Yiyan's desk. Hua Rui found a boyfriend. Shen Yiyan was shocked as he closed his laptop. He had been too busy recently and did not pay attention to many things. Now was the time for the most crucial battle. Yeah, you know him too. He's Xing Buhua, Hua Xixing said. Xing Buhua. Shen Yiyan was even more surprised. His face was exactly the same as Gu Lingqing's, and that was enough to make people worry. He said he was going after Bai Ye the day before yesterday. Are you sure he's Hua Rui's boyfriend now? Hua Xixing smiled. This Xing Buhua is not an ordinary person. He appeared in Country Am before and I suspected that he was trying to get close to Hua Rui then. But he didn't get close to Hua Rui in the end, right? Bai Ye is a woman who can easily move a man's heart. She's mature, magnanimous, understanding, and easy to get along with. She has her own charisma. You saw it too. Once he said he was going after Baya, something happened immediately. If he had a brain, he would know that Baya is not someone to be trifled with. Hua Rui is not bad either. She's pretty, has a good figure, and has a lively and cute personality. Most importantly, she has a strong background and her sister is the president's wife of country A. She's his best choice, Hua Zixing analyzed confidently. Shen Yiyan smiled. There were a bunch of men who looked at a woman's looks. This was the reality of society. However, there were also a bunch of men who looked at a woman's heart and nature. After interacting with Xing Buhua for a while, he felt that Xing Buhua was not a shallow man. Don't be so optimistic. We can wait and see if Hua Rui has a partner. It's not that I'm being optimistic. Look, isn't Xing Buhua willing to come? I think there's hope. Moreover, if Hua Rui marries Xing Buhua will be one of us, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will still be in our hands, right? Hua Zixing suggested. I hope so. Call me when he arrives, Shen Yiyan instructed. All right, Hua Zixing replied. She thought that Shen Yiyan was going to work, but he got up and went to Lu Shuang's room. She felt really uncomfortable in her heart. She took a few deep breaths, but she still felt like there was a stone pressing down on her heart, making it hard for her to breathe. Nangong Yu walked in. Shen Yiyan went to Lu Shuang's room, Hua Zixing complained. Now, she could only confide in Nangong Yu to calm her down. Xing Buhua will be here soon. It's a good thing that he's here. Even if you're intimate with Shen Yiyan, it's only natural. Once a woman gets jealous, it's easy for a man to get tired of her. Nangong Yu reminded her. Okay. Hua Zixing knew what to do. When Shen Yiyan entered the room, Lu Shuang was playing games. When she saw Shen Yiyan, she hurriedly switched off her computer and explained, well, I'm a little tired from reading, so I'm playing games to pass the time. Shen Yiyan smiled. It was already beyond his expectations that she would take the initiative to read books. He had grown up with her, so how could he not know what kind of person she was? When Xing Buhua comes, you can try and look at him. Shen Yiyan ordered. Don't worry. Even if I look at him, he won't like me. Lu Shuang said, knowing his own limitations. Why did Shen Yiyan feel that it didn't sound good? Are you saying that I'm blind? Shen Yiyan looked at her with drooping eyes. Lu Shuang squeezed her with his shoulder and said, after all, I don't have good taste. We're a match made in heaven, so don't look down on each other. Shen Yiyan crossed her arms and looked down at her. Displeased, she said, come on, tell me, what's it about me that you don't like? You. Lu Shuang counted with his fingers. First, in terms of appearance, you're too feminine. You're prettier than a woman. That's wrong in itself. I need a lot of courage to stand with you. Shen Yiyan, I'm just good looking. How am I feminine? Have you forgotten my bravery when you're comfortable? Shen Yiyan knocked his head. Second, you have a bad temper and a violent personality. Lu Shuang said immediately. He stared at her without any emotion in his eyes. He stopped and waited for her to continue. Lu Shuang continued to count with his fingers. Third, you're a remarried man. Shen Yiyan, fourth, your job is too dangerous. There's no freedom and too many messy things. If you're not careful, you'll be finished. Even if you're not finished, there's so much work. It's not easy at all. I don't feel particularly happy. Lu Shuang said bluntly. Don't you feel honored to be the president's wife? Shen Yiyan asked. Ouch. Lu Shuang gave him a look of disdain. Well, everyone has their own ambitions. Some people think that pork is delicious, while others hate eating pork. For me, I want to find a 9-to-5 job, meet up with my friends every day, sing songs, eat meals, and play games. That's my life goal. Shen Yi's eyes turned cold. She was unhappy and her face turned a little pale. Then I'm really a burden to you. He was angry and turned around. Lu Shuang hugged him from behind and poked his head out. Actually, you have one good point that can offset everything else. Shen Yin looked at him and said sarcastically, "Oh, I have another good point." Lu Shuang smiled and ran from behind to in front of him. She hugged the back of his neck. "I have to correct you. For me, there are 2 good points about you that are better." Shen Yin looked at her sneaky look and his eyes were full of slyness. He liked this side of her. No matter how angry he was, it disappeared. He put his hand on her waist and said, "I'd like to hear more." Your genes are good. For the sake of our country's next generation, I have to stay by your side, enjoy the rain and dew, and grow strong and healthy." Lu Shuang seemed to be serious. He was pleased by her words and smiled. "What else?" "My future wife is good. For the sake of your future wife, even if you get 0 points, I will add 100 points for you," Lu Shuang said proudly. Shen Yin bit her lips lightly. "You're so good at talking. Don't change the topic. Remember, don't look blindly, or I will really get jealous." Inexplicably, Lu Shuang felt a sweet feeling flowing in his heart. He nodded. "Got it. Look at me, how generous. You can look at girls all you want. I don't care." Chapter 673. Lu Shuang hugged her shoulders and said domineeringly, "Don't misunderstand, I don't care. It's not because I don't care about you, it's because I trust you. You know, this is a big plus for me." Shen Yin sighed and carried her up by the waist. She placed her on the bed and looked at her with a burning gaze. "I'm just scared because you ran away." Lu Shuang chuckled. "Didn't you come back in the end?" "Yeah." Shen Yin looked at her lips and kissed her slowly. There was a knock on the door. Shen Yin frowned and looked at the door. "What's the matter?" Hua Zixing did not come in. She stood at the door and said, "Yin, Xing Buhua and Hua Rui are downstairs now. Dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. "Got it. I'll be there in a while," Shen Yin said in a low voice. "I'm going to disguise myself as your assistant. Otherwise, Xing Buhua will be suspicious. I have to get up now." Lu Shuang rolled off the bed and did not give Shen Yin a chance to linger. He had too many things to deal with recently and did not have the mood to do that. He stood up from the bed and returned to his room. He tidied his hair and clothes and came out of the room. Xing Buhua and Hua Rui were already downstairs. Hua Rui held Hua Zixing's hand and said to her in a coquettish manner in front of Xing Buhua, "Sis, he's here. Don't bully him, or my boyfriend will fly away." Hua Zixing smiled gently. "How could I bully him? I can't wait to protect him. You're like a wild horse. No one can tame you. It's good to let him control you." "Of course not, the human world is very obedient." "Sister, you're making me look bad," Hua Rui pouted and said coquettishly. Hua Zixing looked at Xing Buhua. Previously, she had thought that he looked like Gu Lingqing, but now that she was looking at him from such a close distance, he looked exactly the same. The creator was truly amazing. "If I didn't know you, I would have thought that you were Gu Lingqing's twin brother. Even his mother, Song Shiyu, couldn't tell. Logically speaking, Gu Lingqing and I should be considered relatives. However, we're too far apart from each other." Xing Buhua lowered his voice and said in a hoarse voice. How is that possible? You're the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and you're in charge of our country's intelligence work. Gu Lingqing is the head of the Special Forces, a general. But in terms of work, you're about the same. It's hard to say who's better, Hua Zixing praised. Xing Buhua forced a smile. It's a pity that I haven't had a good chat with him. Haven't had a good chat with anyone? Shen Yan asked as she walked down the stairs. Lu Shuang was wearing an old-fashioned suit and following behind Shen Yan. He didn't wear any makeup and wore black-rimmed glasses, looking very low-key. At first glance, he really did look like an assistant. Xing Buhua looked at Shen Yan. Just a casual chat. You're going to Country B tomorrow, right? Shen Yan asked. Before Xing Buhua could speak, Hua Zixing interrupted, You don't talk about work the moment Xing Buhua comes. It's almost time for dinner, it's not good to starve. She casually held on to Shen Yan's arm, glancing at Lu Shuang from the corner of her eye. Lu Shuang looked at Xing Buhua, then at Hua Rui. He was deep in thought and didn't even look at Hua Zixing and Shen Yan. She really didn't expect Xing Buhua to have an affair with Hua Zixing's sister. She had originally wanted to matchmake him with Baiya, but it seemed like there was no need for that anymore. It's all right, I've already eaten, Xing Buhua said. Hua Rui was slightly stunned. You've already eaten. I ate outside, I'll go back after eating, Xing Buhua said indifferently. You're eating so early. Hua Rui was surprised and a little annoyed. It's all right, we can eat more after eating, just treat it as supper. I invited you too late, I'm sorry. Hua Zixing continued and took the initiative to admit her mistake, making others feel that she was a good person and not making others feel awkward. Lu Shuang learned that this was the skill of language, to make others feel comfortable. Xing Buhua couldn't refuse anymore. Then I'll have to trouble you, Mrs. President. It's no trouble at all, isn't it great? Hua Zixing joked casually and looked at Nan Gongyu. Xiao Yu, ask the kitchen to prepare dinner. Xing Buhua looked at Nan Gongyu, a deep look flashing in his eyes. Nan Gongyu nodded respectfully and walked to the kitchen. Xing Buhua then looked at Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang met his gaze and quickly looked down. What's wrong? Do I look repulsive? Xing Buhua felt that her behavior was strange and asked Lu Shuang with a smile. Everyone looked at Lu Shuang, including Shen Yan. The scene is too beautiful, I don't dare to look at it, Lu Shuang explained. Xing Buhua smiled. His facial features were beautiful to begin with, and when he smiled, he was even more charming. You're good with words. Lu Shuang felt Shen Yan's displeased gaze and felt a chill down his spine. Stop praising me. If you continue, I'll be in trouble. Xing Buhua smiled brightly. Why? She couldn't say that Shen Yan would be jealous, could she? She said casually, You're blinding my titanium eyes. Pfft! Xing Buhua burst into laughter. He knew that Lu Shuang and Baiya were very, very good friends. However, the two of them had completely different personalities. It was hard to imagine that they could be such good friends. Hua Zixing's face darkened. She wanted to learn from Lu Shuang's humor. When she told a joke, no one laughed. When Lu Shuang spoke seriously, those men laughed. Shen Yan's expression darkened as well. Let's eat first. He removed Hua Zixing's hand without batting an eyelid and walked in front with a cold expression. Lu Shuang saw that Shen Yan's expression was not good and knew that things were not going well. After sitting down, Shen Yan held his hand and squeezed it hard. Feeling the pain, Lu Shuang pulled her hand out, but he held it tightly again. With a strange expression, he asked Xing Buhua, I heard from Dan that you're dating Lil Rui. Brother-in-law, I'm not dating. I'm just trying. Hua Rui corrected him shyly. It's good to try. They might not be suitable. Hua Rui is the most beautiful woman in country M, Shinian said. Most beautiful woman. Lu Shuang glanced at Hua Rui. She felt that Baiya was much prettier than her. Not only were Baiya's facial features better, but Baiya's temperament was definitely better than this little princess's. No way, the most beautiful woman is my sister, okay? Hua Rui stuck out her tongue and said. Lu Shuang was very calm. She felt that God was fair to everyone. If you give a little more here, you'll take back a little somewhere else. Hua Zixing was beautiful, but she was sick. She would rather look ordinary, be healthy and eat well. Moreover, she was much better than ordinary. Thinking about it this way, she felt very balanced. Lu Shuang, what do you think? Hua Rui asked Lu Shuang on purpose. You're beautiful. Whatever you say. Lu Shuang said perfunctorily. Then do you think my sister isn't beautiful? Hua Rui deliberately found fault with him. Lu Shuang couldn't be bothered with them. They're both beautiful. Whatever you say. Hua Rui. Chapter 674. Hua Zixing was upset too. She was hugging Shini Yan, but Lu Shuang didn't react at all. It was as if he didn't see it at all. Shini Yan, on the other hand, did not realize it, but she did. He was jealous just now. The development of the situation was far from what she had expected. Nangong Yu came out of the kitchen. The chef had made a lot of delicious food. Lu Shuang noticed that Hua Rui wasn't against her anymore. She was hungry and craned her neck to see what was being served. Shini Yan looked at her, his eyes full of affection, and the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. Hua Zixing clenched her fists and changed the topic. Hua Rui said, It's New Year the day after tomorrow. Are you going back to Country M or spending the New Year with us? Hua Rui said sweetly, I still don't know what New Year in Country A is like. Besides, there's no sister at home. It's boring. Alright, you'll be spending the New Year with us this year. I'll send you back to Country M. It's time for me to visit my parents. I haven't been back since last year. Hua Zixing looked at Shini Yan and said in front of Lu Shuang, Yan, what date are we coming back after New Year? Yeah, we'll go back when we're done with our business overseas, Shini Yan said indifferently. Sister and brother-in-law are so loving. I'm so envious. I'll be satisfied if my future husband is half as good as brother-in-law. Hua Rui glanced at Lu Shuang when she said this. Lu Shuang looked at Hua Rui too. Hua Rui should know about her relationship with Shini Yan. Loving. These two sisters were so good at acting. Were they purposely acting for Xing Buhua? What was their motive? Did they want Xing Buhua to be half as good as Shini Yan? She couldn't understand it, but she didn't want to think about it. She would just eat in peace. Seeing that Lu Shuang still didn't respond, Hua Rui continued, Sister, when will you and brother-in-law have children? Hua Rui, stop fooling around, Hua Zixing chided softly. It's not that I'm making a fuss, but you've been married for so long. Mom and Dad will definitely rush you, Hua Rui said. That's true. Shini Yan nodded thoughtfully. Why don't I not pay them a visit this time? I'm quite afraid that they'll rush me. Yan, this glutinous rice ball is your favorite. You don't like sweet things, so I asked the kitchen to add meat stuffing, bright red, cheese, diced chicken, and crab roe. Have a taste. Do you like it? Hua Zixing picked it up for Shini Yan. It was a glutinous rice bowl. Lu Shuang liked what Hua Zixing said. He wanted to eat it too, so he picked up a glutinous rice ball and took a bite. Wahaha, it was indeed delicious. One day, she would ask Baiya to come over and let Baiya have a taste too. Xing Buhua looked at Lu Shuang. She was eating happily, without a care in the world. His lips curled up slightly. No wonder Shen Yiyan liked her. She was such a mysterious person that people couldn't help but want to know more about her. After knowing more about her, one would realize that she was like a bottomless pit that people couldn't help but want to explore further. Lu Shuang noticed Xing Buhua's gaze on her and looked at him. He really had the same face as Gu Lingqing, but different temperaments. She had eaten with Gu Lingqing before. He was as cold as ice and sacred. One look from him could make people not dare to be presumptuous. He didn't have it on him. There's a lot more over there, you can eat it yourself. Lu Shuang looked at the plate. Xing Buhua chuckled. Let me have a taste. He picked up a glutinous rice ball too. Shen Yiyan's face turned livid. Perhaps, who wouldn't look? She was even talking to him now. She put her hands on the table and he couldn't hold them, so he stepped on her foot. Lu Shuang felt the pain and looked at Shen Yiyan. Assistant Lu, pour me a glass of wine, Shen Yiyan said coldly. Lu Shuang furrowed her brows. Why did he have to step on her foot? In front of outsiders, she couldn't show her anger. She stood up, took the red wine bottle and poured it for Shen Yiyan. Pour me some too, Xing Buhua said. Shen Yiyan took the red wine bottle from Lu Shuang's hand. You're driving, so don't drink, okay? Xing Buhua smiled as if he knew what she meant. Shen Yiyan was the youngest president in the history of a land. But he was better at strategy and shrewdness than his father. It was said that he was a strategist and invincible. He knew that Shen Yiyan's only weakness was Lu Shuang. It's okay to drink a little, Xing Buhua said. Shen Yiyan poured him a glass of red wine. You've worked hard this time. You can't even have a good New Year. It's my job. New Year is just a formality. Every day is New Year when I'm with my family. Lu Shuang's heart was a little wet when he heard that. She had no parents anymore. She looked at Shen Yiyan. He had no parents either. Her heart softened. She put down her left hand and hooked his little finger with hers under the table. Shen Yiyan held her hand at once. His palm was warm, which made her feel very warm. She lowered her head, pursed her lips, and smiled. Shen Yiyan looked at her and slightly raised the corner of his mouth, sweeping away the haze just now. Lu Shuang listened to them chatting casually, from the new year to political figures, to investment, and to people's livelihood. She didn't say a word and just ate quietly. Soon, she was full. It was too boring to talk about their topic, so she picked up a piece of fish, mashed it, and looked for bones. Shen Yiyan held her hand and said to her, Assistant Lu, I suddenly thought of something. Go to my study and print out what I asked you to print this afternoon. I want it in 2 hours. Lu Shuang paused. Shen Yiyan didn't ask her to print anything at all. He nodded and looked in the direction of her room. She understood that he could see that she was bored and wanted to find a reason for her to rest. Okay, I'll do it now. Lu Shuang quickly got up from her seat and ran upstairs. Xing Buhua put down his chopsticks and said, I'm full too. The president has to work, so I won't disturb you too much tonight. Okay, contact me immediately if you have any problems in Country B. I'll be your strong support, Shen Yiyan said. Xing Buhua nodded. Hua Rui stood up immediately. No, Hua. Let's go watch a movie together. I heard that Strike of the Jedi is a good movie. No, I have a lot of things to do tomorrow. I have to go back tonight too. Xing Buhua nodded and left. Hua Zixing was embarrassed. She had told Shen Yiyan that Xing Buhua was Hua Rui's boyfriend. She had done that because she knew that Shen Yiyan needed talents and wanted to use Hua Rui to attract talents. On one hand, it would make Shen Yin happy, and on the other hand, it would highlight the importance of the Hua family. Unexpectedly, Xing Buhua had slapped her in the face. She looked at Xing Buhua and said, "I'm sorry, I misunderstood you." "You're right." Shen Yin patted Hua Zixing's shoulder and said, "There's no hurry, I'll go back to my study to work." "Okay." Hua Zixing nodded gently and saw that Shen Yin didn't enter the study, but Lu Shuang's room. Chapter 675. Shen Yin pushed the door open. Lu Shuang was lying comfortably on the sofa and texting Bai Ye. "Xiao Bai, do you know who I saw?" Xing Buhua. When she saw him come in, her eyes were sparkling with joy. She sat cross-legged on the sofa. "Shen Yin, you're so smart. You used this method to let me go upstairs to rest first. But why are you here so soon? Don't you need to accompany Xing Buhua and the others? Xing Buhua has something to attend to. I'll take my leave first." He picked her up and placed her on the ground. "Don't lie down immediately after eating. It will cause your stomach acid to flow back, which is not good for your body. You can go out for a walk." Lu Shuang shuddered. "It's cold outside. I don't feel like going out. I'll just take a walk in the room." Shen Yin smiled helplessly and pinched her nose. "You're just lazy. It hurts." Lu Shuang said sullenly and pushed his hand away. "Don't touch me in the future. I don't like it. We are gentlemen. We use our words, not our fists. Hitting is flirting, scolding is love, have you forgotten?" Shen Yin held her waist and looked at her with a burning gaze. "Since you don't want to exercise outside, let's exercise indoors. What do you think? Go away." Lu Shuang pushed him away. "I'm too full now. I'm going to throw up if I exercise indoors. You're going to work. Aren't you very busy? Don't you want to?" "We haven't." Lu Shuang covered his mouth. "It's not that long. It's just one day. I'm really full. Let's go, let's go." She pushed him out of the room and shut the door. Shen Yin, all right, he should also let her rest. Besides, these few days, there was something special. There were very important things to do. He turned around and went to the study. Hua Zixing heaved a sigh of relief when she saw Shen Yin leaving Lu Shuang's room. Nangong Yu stood beside her and said softly, "He's only been in there for 3 minutes. There's no time for him to do anything. Now is the time for us to be patient." "Did you notice that Lu Shuang doesn't seem to be jealous at all?" Hua Zixing said impatiently. "Who said that? Didn't you see her clenched fists under the table? Hold it in, she won't be able to hold it in anymore. She'll definitely explode. What we need to do is wait and create an opportunity," Nangong Yu said deliberately. "Yes." Hua Zixing held Nangong Yu's hand and said gently, "I'm lucky to have you by my side. Otherwise, it would have been difficult for me to endure alone." Nangong Yu smiled, "No matter what happens, I will always be by your side." "Well, thank you." Nangong Yu caressed Hua Zixing's head, her eyes filled with tenderness and affection. "There's no need for thanks between us. Have you forgotten? My life was saved by you." Hua Zixing smiled sweetly. "You saved my life." After Lu Shuang sent Shen Yin off, he unlocked his phone. Bai Ye texted him back. He went to the president's residence. Wow. Lu Shuang lay on the bed again, his right leg resting on his left knee. He swayed and dialed Bai Ye's number. "Xiao Bai, you're so smart. How did you guess it? You spend almost all of your time at the president's residence. It's night time now." If you can see him, it's most likely that he's at the president's residence. Moreover, he does have a lot of things to discuss with Shin Ian. It's normal, Baya analyzed. No. He's not here to discuss business. He's here with Hua Rui. I think they're going to be in a relationship, Lu Shuang reported. Baya had heard Xing Buhua talk about this before. He said he wanted to pursue her, but something happened. Now that he was dating Hua Rui, it might not be a bad thing. It was better to change the subject. She had absolute trust in Xing Buhua. Yes. Initially, I thought that you and Xing Buhua are quite compatible. Now that he's dating Hua Rui, it's fine. He doesn't seem to have Gu Lingqing's infatuation and love. Gu Lingqing has been separated from you for so many years, but he only loves you. Lu Shuang sighed. Baiyo lowered her eyes. She still felt a warmth in her heart when she heard the name Gu Lingqing from someone else's mouth. In this life, I'll only live for him. Other than him, I won't fall in love with anyone else. Even Xing Buhua, who looks exactly like Gu Lingqing. Lu Shuang asked tentatively. I love him not because of his looks, but because of his personality, his character, and his sincere and passionate heart, Baiya said softly. She outlined the image of Gu Lingqing in her mind, and the corners of her lips curled up slightly. Lu Shuang's heart ached for her. Then, are you prepared to spend the rest of your life alone? Gu Lingqing was still alive. She couldn't tell him about this. Even if the other party was Lu Shuang, if Lu Shuang knew about it, Gu Lingqing would be in great danger, and Lu Shuang would be in even greater danger. Except for him. I won't fall in love with anyone else. Shuangniu, I'm a little tired. Is there anything else? Baiya asked softly. No. Rest well. Pregnant women shouldn't be too tired. Have you passed your 3rd month? Lu Shuang asked with concern. Yes, I've just passed my 3rd month. That's good. Remember to eat more. You're already thin. Now, you're not the only one who needs to eat. The child has to eat too. At least, you have to supplement your calcium, Lu Shuang instructed. Actually, Baiyo was an obstetrician herself. She understood, but she couldn't help but want to say a few more words. Alright, I'll hang up first. Rest early too. Call me if there's anything, Baiya said softly. She hung up the phone and lay on the bed. Too many things had happened today. She felt very tired. She didn't even mark the papers and closed her eyes. Her heart was still heavy. It was a little sour, a little bitter, and a little embarrassed. She felt that she was the only one in the room. It was a feeling of loneliness, loss, and boredom. Unknowingly, she fell asleep. In the morning, she was woken up by her phone ringing. It was Leng Shuang's caller ID. She guessed that it was about Xing Dongqing. She sat up from the bed and picked up the call. Madam, Xing Dongqing is dead. He was assassinated in the apartment yesterday. He died a horrible death. His face was badly mutilated by a knife. Moreover, the strange thing is that the surveillance camera in the house didn't capture anything. It was as if it was done by a ghost, Ling Shuang said in shock. Yeah, Baiyu replied calmly. Because she already knew it, her emotions didn't fluctuate much. Did Madam do it? Ling Shuang asked tentatively. No, don't make wild guesses. Xing Dongqing being alive will only be bad for us. He's dead. The person who killed him will be getting rid of the evil, Baiyu said simply. Does Madam know who killed him? Ling Shuang asked curiously. Chapter 676. Do you think that your chief is the kind of person who would use lynching and assassination to achieve his goals? Baya asked with a smile. She knew Gu Lingqing too well. If he would do that, I'm afraid that he would have been the president long ago. It's not that he doesn't know how to do it, nor is it that he doesn't have the ability. He just disdains it, Baya said with certainty. I'm sorry. Ling Shuang also realized that he said the wrong thing. When I saw the chief at your house last time, I felt that he was different from before. I was a little worried and thought too much. You don't have to apologize. On the contrary, I want to thank you. Besides me, Gu Lingqing also has a group of good brothers who treat each other with sincerity. This is what I admire the most about him, Baya said emotionally. We will definitely follow the chief's lead and will never betray him, Ling Shuang said with high morale. After that, his tone softened. Then, madam, you should rest. I won't disturb you anymore. Let's talk again if there's anything else. Okay. Baya just hung up the call with Ling Shuang and her phone rang again. She saw that it was Shaniyan's call. She got off the bed and walked to the window. Looking at the bleak winter outside, she answered the phone and said in a low voice, "What's wrong?" "Baya, Xing Dongqing is dead," Shaniyan said. Shaniyan's tone was very calm, but Baya's tone was even calmer. Seeing through, not saying it out, was a kind of rule in life. I know. Ling Shuang called me just now, Baya said. This case is very strange. The police have already sent Ling Qiuzuan to investigate. Ling Qiuzuan hopes that you can go with him. I want to know what you think, Shaniyan said kindly. Baya raised the corner of her mouth as if something was there. Is there anyone else besides you? Yes, Director Zhao of the police station. Give him the phone. I'll talk to him, Baya said in a low voice. Shaniyan pressed the speaker button and handed the phone to Director Zhao. After Chief Zhao received the call, he said, "Hello, Baya, this is Zhao Donglei. The president has told you the general situation. We hope that you can assist the police. Did you know that Xing Dongqing and I didn't get along? Don't you think it's inappropriate for me to investigate Xing Dongqing's case?" Baya directly rejected. That's true. Xing Dongqing suspected that you pulled him down from the position of the finance minister. But after all, you wronged him. Why did you kill him? I don't think you're a murderer. You can help with the investigation. Director Zhao tried to persuade him. Baya chuckled. Thank you for your help, but I still refuse. Why? You've agreed to every case before. Director Zhao asked with puzzlement. If you want to talk about the root cause, I think it's because I don't like him. So, I don't want to help him investigate the real murderer, Baya said directly. What if we ask you to investigate? Director Zhao did not give up. Baya said seriously, I'm not a police officer, and I'm not employed by you. So, I don't have this obligation. I'm sorry. If there's nothing else, please return the phone to the president. Director Zhao helplessly handed the phone to Shaniyan. Hello, I'm Shaniyan. I was pressing the speaker button just now. I heard what you said. I respect your decision, Shaniyan said in a businesslike manner. Okay, Baya answered and hung up. She studied psychology mainly to treat herself and her mother. Occasionally, she studied criminal psychology. She was not very interested in criminals and the process of committing crimes. So, no matter how clever the criminal's modus operandi was, she did not feel excited, nor did she want to know. Unlike Ling Qiuzuan, whose career and interests were all on solving crimes. She put the phone on the bedside table and went to the bathroom to brush her teeth. When she came out, the phone rang again. It was an unfamiliar caller ID. She guessed that it was either Xing Buhua or Su Jiran. So, she answered the phone. You already know about Xing Dongqing's death, right? Now, all the evidence points to Su Zheng. Is it Cui Chuni who did it? Xing Buhua guessed. No. If you want to talk about the real murderer behind the scenes, it should be Shen Yin. But, he just used a borrowed knife to kill. He didn't need to do it himself. He just needed to seize the opportunity, Bai Ye explained. Shen Yin. Xing Buhua hadn't expected that. It seems that he doesn't need Xing Dongqing's help anymore. Xing Dongqing knows too much. For Shen Yin, there are more disadvantages than advantages to living. So, Shen Yin is just waiting for the right time to stir up hatred. In addition, Xing Dongqing has made too many enemies. Naturally, someone will take his life. And Shen Yin can be cleared of this case. Bai Ye analyzed to Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua sneered, the little wolf cub can be independent now. The first thing he does is to kill the fox who used to help him. He doesn't need the fox to dominate anymore. Why should he let the fox become his hidden danger? His mentality and strategy are much better than his father's. Xing Buhua sneered. Much less. Even a ruler is not simple. On the path of politics, it's either you die or I die. Those who can walk to the end are all extremely shrewd. Perhaps it's survival of the fittest. Only those with high IQ and EQ can lead the country to prosperity. As long as he is diligent and loves the people, he can get rid of a few rats. *T is not a bad idea, Bai Ye expressed her opinion. Yeah, Xing Dongqing deserved it. He was too flamboyant before, and now he's dead. By the way, will Shen Yin ask you to investigate the case? Xing Buhua asked worriedly. I'm going to Country B with you tomorrow. Firstly, I don't have time. Secondly, I don't care about what happened to Xing Dongqing. Thirdly, I don't want to help him find the real murderer, so I rejected him directly. Have you received the letter from Country B? Not yet. Regardless of whether Country B sent me a letter or not, I'm definitely going to Country B tomorrow. I've already asked someone to pretend to be me. I'll do the special makeup for that person this afternoon. I'll wait until 3 in the afternoon. If Country B doesn't contact me, I'll contact Country B myself, Xing Buhua said. Yeah. Let's do that. Are you coming over for fish soup tonight? Xing Buhua smiled. I'll definitely come over to drink the fish soup you made. Do you want to see me today? It's New Year's Eve tomorrow, and you're overseas. I miss you very much. Ling Shuai and Aning miss you very much, Bai Ye said softly. It's not suitable to see them now. Hold on a little longer. We'll be able to reunite as a family soon. After all, it's not easy to control my emotions. It'll be easy for those cunning foxes to see through me, Xing Buhua rejected. Bai Ye thought about it and agreed. Although Song Shiyu was older than them, her personality was still simple. It was easy for her enemies to trick her. Moreover, there were too many people around. It was a critical moment now. They should be more cautious. Let's meet in the library then. I'll go out and prepare the fishing gear. Be careful, Bai Ye reminded. Chapter 677. What's the matter? Bai Ye asked. We're leaving tomorrow. Have your people approved the application for going abroad? Oh, the application is approved. I'll tell Ling Shuai before we leave tomorrow. We'll go to his place to queue up. There won't be any problem, Bai Ye said. I need their photos so that the makeup artists can prepare the models of their faces. Can you send them to me? Of course, I'll send them to your phone later. Also, we're leaving tomorrow morning. We have to be ahead of the person who impersonates me. As long as the person impersonates me is still here, they'll let down their guard. So, after dinner tonight, we'll have to rest for a while and leave at midnight. It takes 6 hours for the special effects to be done. Rest more during the day, Xing Buhua said softly. You too. Xing Buhua chuckled. When we're on a mission, we often don't sleep for days. Don't worry about me. Alright, I have something to do here. See you tonight. Baiyu remembered that Gu Lingqing had told her that he had a mission where he didn't sleep for 15 days. Her heart softened a little. See you tonight. She sent the information and photos of the 2 employees who applied for going to Country B to Xing Buhua. When she went out, Song Shiyu was already busy downstairs. She saw Baiye and said softly, Xiaoye, come and have breakfast. You're up early today. I went to bed early yesterday, Mom. I want to go fishing today, Baiye said. Okay, I'll prepare it for you later. You need a tent, a round table, and a stove, right? Song Shiyu said understandingly. Mom, it's like this. The soldiers have been hiding outside. It's cold outside, and tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I want to secretly go somewhere else tomorrow and give them all a holiday, Baiye and Song Shiyu discussed. Ah. Where are you going tomorrow? Is it safe? Song Shiyu asked worriedly. It's safe. I'll go through the tunnel. There are 18 turns in the tunnel, and no one knows where I'm going. In addition, I want to give each soldier 200,000 yuan to go home for a good new year and 6 days off. Song Shiyu thought for a moment. It should be safe to take the tunnel. Thank you for your hard work. I support your decision. If you don't have enough money, you can ask me. It's enough. My grandpa gave me a lot. After a few big events, the company's business is very good. But I can't celebrate the new year at home tomorrow. Mom, you'll be alone. Baiye was a little worried. I'm not alone. I can go to the hospital to celebrate the new year with Shulan. Shulan is alone. I'll go and accompany her. I'll stay in the hospital at night. Don't worry and do your own things. You have to believe that Mom is your strong and firm support, Song Shiyu said with a smile. Baiye felt a little guilty about Song Shiyu. After all, she spent the new year at home alone, and it was very lonely. It was a pity that she had to help Xing Buhua. Things started because of her, so she should be the one to solve it. Next year, when everything is settled, we'll bring Xiao Axayan and Xiao Yan back. Together with the child in my stomach, we'll be together with Gu Lingqing. We'll have a lively new year, Baiye promised and said expectantly. Song Shiyu smiled and nodded. Then should we treat the soldiers to a meal today? We'll celebrate the New Year's Eve in advance. That's a good idea. Baiye remembered that when Gu Lingqing was still alive, she once attended a soldier's birthday with Gu Lingqing. The atmosphere was especially good. Until now, it still warmed her heart. How about tonight? I'll go fishing and be in charge of the fish feast. I'll go buy other ingredients. Let's have some fun together. Should we invite Ling Shuai over? Song Shiyu asked. Sure, but it depends on whether he has time or not. After all, a lot of things have happened in the country recently. Okay. Then it's a deal. Have breakfast first. I'll build a fishing shed for you, Song Shiyu said happily. After breakfast, Baiye called Ling Shuai first. Ling Shuai, are you free tonight? Come to my house for dinner. I'm afraid I can't tonight. I have to eat with the soldiers, Ling Shuai said apologetically. Baiye understood. Her timing was not coincidental. It was mainly a last-minute decision. Okay. Is it convenient for you to talk on the phone now? Baiye asked carefully. Yes, I'm alone in the office in the military area. My phone is also monitored. It's safe. Ling Shuai guessed that Bai Ye had something to say. Tomorrow, I'll pretend to be my staff and go to Country B to negotiate. You should have people at the airport, right? Bai Ye asked carefully. Yes, I can arrange it. Okay, that's good. Madam, thank you for your hard work, Ling Shuai said sincerely. Bai Ye smiled slightly. In order to be with Gu Lingqing, any hard work was worth it. After hanging up the phone, she called Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua was working at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so he hung up the phone. He walked to an empty park and then called Bai Ye back. Xiaoya, what's wrong? Lingqing, don't come over tonight. I want to invite the soldiers of the shadow to a banquet tonight, Bai Ye said. Xing Buhua smiled. I want to drink the fish soup you made and eat the fish fillets. Leave some for me. Okay then. Call me when you come. I'll hang up first. Bai Ye did not wait for Xing Buhua to speak and hung up the phone. He still wanted to talk to her more. He wanted to continue. In a busy time, he could feel more relaxed when he received her call. No, Hua. Xing Shang's voice sounded behind him. Xing Buhua turned around. Who are you talking to? Give me the phone. Xing Shang said in a commanding tone. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened and he handed the phone to Xing Shang. Xing Shang checked the caller ID and saw that the most recent call was from Hua Rui. Xing Buhua's signal processing showed that Bai Ye's call was from Hua Rui. Even if Xing Shang called now, the other party would be Hua Rui. Xing Buhua returned the phone to Xing Buhua and asked indifferently, Did you and Hua Rui become real? Don't forget that Chuting has given everything to you. Then do you want me to contact Hua Rui or don't you want me to contact Hua Rui? She asked me to visit her parents after the new year. Do you want me to go or not? Xing Buhua asked impatiently. What's with your attitude? You don't know how to respect your elders now that you've grown up. Xing Shang said harshly. Chapter 678. So, you still want me to visit Hua Rui's parents after the Spring Festival, right? Xing Buhua asked straightforwardly. Now that Gu Lingqing and Xing Dongqing are dead, Sui Chuani is the most difficult to deal with. It's too dangerous for Sui Chuani to be the only one. You need Hua Rui to consolidate your power. After you finish your business in Country B, go with Hua Rui. I don't want Chuting to make a fuss about this. Please tell her. Xing Buhua's tone was businesslike. I've already convinced her yesterday. She won't do this again. How's your business going? If it's possible, go back earlier today to accompany her. Xing Shang ordered. Okay. Xing Buhua nodded and walked towards his office. Asterisk and the manner Bai Ye sent the money to the soldiers through her Swiss bank account. Song Shiyu also set up the tent and some soldiers dug a hole in the ice. The sun was quite nice today. At 10 o'clock, it was warm and there was only a slight breeze. Bai Ye sat on the chair and stared at the lake. Suddenly, a sentence flashed through her mind. She had a free day of cultivation. Today was such a leisurely and relaxed day. She didn't need to do or think about anything. She put down her responsibilities, burdens, pressures, and problems. It was a wonderful day. She suddenly felt that the world was wonderful. She took a sip of the warm water and felt warm in her heart. Seeing the buoy jumping up and down, she smiled happily and blurted out, Gu Lingqing, there's fish. No one answered her. Her mind was all on the fish and she didn't care whether there was an answer or not. She pulled hard and shouted happily, wow, a Christian carp that weighs more than half a kilogram. Its back is black. It must be delicious. She put the fish in a plastic bucket. Song Shiyu bought it for her because she liked fishing. There was an oxygen pump and a battery in the plastic bucket. Even if there was no electricity outdoors, there was no need to worry about running out of oxygen. Song Shiyu said that the battery could be recharged. A single charge could supply the oxygen rod for 3 days, ensuring the freshness of the fish. She liked it very much. When she placed the bait, she muttered to herself, "Guling Qing, your mother is really good to me, right? I got to know you because of that." She went on fishing. Her phone rang. When she saw that it was Alan's call, she was in a good mood. She smiled and said, "You haven't contacted me in a long time. The last time you said you were coming, you didn't come. There are some urgent things to deal with in the company. Tomorrow is the New Year's Eve. I called you before the New Year. I was afraid that you might not remember me." Alan said with a smile. "How could I not remember you? You're so beautiful, like a prince who walked out of a book." "You're definitely memorable," Baya said with a smile. "There's something I think you need to know." Alan lowered his voice. "What's wrong?" Baya realized that something must have happened on Alan's side. Otherwise, his voice would not have suddenly become dim. "Aling is pregnant. The child is Su Jiran's," Alan said. "This." Baya paused for a while and said, "Actually, it's not very possible. Su Jiran was sterilized a long time ago. He can't have children. So, it's unlikely that the woman will be pregnant with his child." "Huh?" Alan was shocked. "So, whose child is Aling's? Maybe only Aling knows. Is she not willing to say? Or is she insisting that it's Su Jiran's? Wait a minute. I'll give you the phone." "Aling is right next to me," Alan said and passed the phone to Aling. "Sister Bai, I'm Aling. I'm pregnant with Su Jiran's child. It's really Su Jiran's child. I've had sex with him. I haven't done it with anyone else. I can swear that it's 100% Su Jiran's," Aling said with certainty. Su Jiran was sterilized. "It's impossible for a woman to get pregnant," Baya said again. "What if it's useless?" "It's his," Aling said with certainty. "I see. I'll call Su Jiran later and ask him to go to the hospital for a checkup. We'll know if there's any possibility of an accident after the checkup," Baya said kindly. "So, you were able to contact Su Jiran, but when I tried to contact him, his number was not in service." Ling's voice turned cold. "I'll try. Maybe it's also an empty number now," Baya explained. "There's no need to contact him. I lied to you about my pregnancy. I just want to see him. After all, my first time was taken away by him. However, he deliberately didn't answer my call, which means that I'm not in his heart at all. I don't want this kind of man who doesn't love me." After that, Aling hung up the phone directly. Baya sighed. Therefore, in this world, sincerity could be misplaced. Some sincerity could also be lost with the passage of time. If you found a person who could protect and love you deeply, you must cherish him and remember him. Even if your life was mediocre and you quarreled over trivial things like daily necessities and children's education, you must never forget the fact that you once protected and loved each other deeply. For the sake of this love, tolerance, take a step back, and fight for the beauty of life. The phone rang again. It was still from Alan. Baya answered the phone calmly. "I'm sorry, Baya." She said it as if it was true. "I was fooled by her," Alan apologized. "It's okay." "Oh right, when are you coming to country A? I've found a better piece of land for you. You lost your factory last time because of me. I have to compensate you. The money I got was several times that of the factory. I want to share some with you. Besides, I just need to rebuild the previous factory on the same spot. There's no need to change the land. As for when I'll come, I think it'll be in April. The weather in Country A is better in April. I want to eat you then. I want to cook, Alan said with a smile. Okay. Baya stared at the lake and saw that another fish had taken the bait. Alan, I'm fishing now. I'll talk to you later. See you next year. After saying that, Baya hung up. She pinched the retractor and caught another crucian carp that weighed more than half a kilogram. She never fed the fish in the lake. Hence, when the fish saw the bait, they were starving. Moreover, it was rare to fish for a while, so it was easier for the fish to take the bait. In 2 hours, she had caught 3 crucian carps, a black carp, and a large grass carp. In the afternoon, Song Shiyu came to deliver lunch. She looked at the fish boxes and said, "Wow, there are so many fish. I think I should buy more fish boxes." Hee hee. Baya laughed. It's rare to fish. It's a waste to buy so many fish boxes. She opened the lunch box. There was a banquet at night. Song Shiyu went out to buy a lot of food. For lunch, she made a simple braised pork, tomato scrambled eggs, celery slices, and boiled prawns. She also carefully prepared vinegar and soy sauce for Baya. Baya ate contentedly and praised, "Mom's cooking is really delicious." Chapter 679. He's not someone who's good at expressing himself. I think it's not that he doesn't like to eat, he just doesn't want you to work too hard, Baya said gently. Girl, your words always make me feel comfortable. I'll take care of the black carp and the big grass carp first. That way, they'll taste better at night, Song Shiyu said. Yes, thank you, Mom. After I give birth, I'll cook for you. Song Shiyu smiled lovingly. Seeing you, I really regret having another daughter. You're so sweet. Baya hugged Song Shiyu's shoulder. I'm your daughter, aren't I? Yes, 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 you're my daughter. Eat slowly. Don't be too tired after eating. Take a nap if you're tired. I've spread several layers of cotton in the tent. It should be warm, Song Shiyu said, looking at the tent. I don't need to worry at all, Mom, Baya praised. She lowered her head and continued eating. Her gaze drifted to the lake. Yes, there's fish again. I'll do it. You eat. Song Shiyu pulled out the fishing rod. It was a small crucian carp. Do you want this fish? Baya shook her head. It's still too young. I'll take care of it later. Okay. Song Shiyu took the fish down and put it in the lake to wash her hands. Baya was almost done, so she closed the box. Put it there. I'll go back and get the fish first. Okay, thank you, Mom. I'll fish until about 3 o'clock. I'll make dinner with Mom, Baya said. She squatted on the ground and put on the bait. Song Shiyu smiled and walked away. Baya continued fishing. She didn't know if it was time for the fish. After she finished eating, the fish were easier to catch than before. However, they were all small crucian carps. She released all the small crucian carps. Within an hour, a black carp that weighed more than 20 kilograms and a large crucian carp that weighed more than 2 kilograms fell. She had just put the hook back into the lake when her phone rang. She was a little tired from sitting, so she lay down in the tent. Seeing that the call was from the guard, she answered and asked, "What's the matter?" "Madam, Su Zheng, Vice President Su is here to visit. Can I come in?" The guard asked. Baya didn't want to see Su Zheng. It was rare for him to relax for a day. Tomorrow would be another battle. Give the phone to Su Jing and ask him to pick it up, Baiya said lightly. Su Jing answered the phone. His tone was very bad. He asked in a questioning tone, "What do you mean by this? Are you giving me the cold shoulder? I have something to do at home today, so it's not convenient for me to receive you. I remember you have my phone number. If you need anything, you can call me." Baiya said indifferently. "If I wanted to call you, would I need to come all the way here? Let's talk when we meet." Su Jing directly hung up the phone and said to the guard, "Your wife asked me to come in." These guards were all trusted subordinates of Leng Yu. They were very strict. Without Baiya's instructions, they wouldn't let anyone in. The guard in charge called Baiya again and asked, "Madam, should we let him in?" "Tell him that it's not convenient for me to receive him today," Baiya refused again. The guard didn't hang up the phone. He said to Su Jing, "I'm sorry, President Su. It's not convenient for my wife to receive you. I suggest that it's better for you to make an appointment next time." "What? She doesn't want to see me." Su Jing was very anxious. He picked up the guard's phone and said to Baiya, "I have something very important to tell you. No matter how important it is, it can be said over the phone." "It's not clear over the phone," Su Jing said angrily. Baiya smiled slightly. "Are you belittling my intelligence? Say it. I'm really busy now. Did you send out the video of me?" Su Jing asked directly. "No." Baiya answered with certainty. "It was really not. If I'm not wrong, the video of you was sent out by Dongqing. I have no enmity with him, and I don't have any conflicts with him. Why did he do this to me?" Su Jing didn't understand. "Because he's standing in the limelight now. He needs someone to pass the crisis to him," Baiya said calmly. "Then about him, did you send out the video?" Su Jing asked. Baiya twitched the corner of his mouth and looked forward coldly. "No, it should be Sui Chuani who sent it." "Why did he send it?" "Among the big three, Gu Lingqing is already dead. To him, the most dangerous person is Dongqing. Although Dongqing is keeping a low profile for now, he might be able to rise again. Moreover, Dongqing is Shen Yiyan's man. Killing Dongqing is equivalent to making Shen Yiyan lose his left arm. Then, in the next presidential election, there should be an 85% chance that he will win," Baiya said clearly. "Now the outside world is saying that I killed Dongqing. Do you think that I killed Dongqing?" Su Jing asked again. "You? Of course not. You might be angry, you might be furious, and you might complain. But now that there are so many conflicts between you and Dongqing, if you kill him now, won't you be harming yourself?" Baiya followed along and said. "That's right. Now those people on the internet are saying that I killed him. A bunch of idiots are demonstrating in front of my office. Are they retarded?" The more Su Jing said, the angrier he got. Baiya didn't sympathize with him. After all, he really wanted to kill Gu Lingqing. She didn't need Gu Lingqing's help because of their brotherhood. After complaining, Su Jing asked, "Who do you think is the most likely person to kill Dongqing? You also know Dongqing's character. He is too vicious and merciless. Moreover, he is very flamboyant. There are many people who want him dead. It is not easy to find out who killed him. Investigate this case in 3 days. I want to know who killed Dongqing." "That bastard, didn't he deliberately harm me?" Su Jing said angrily. "You'd better ask Director Zhao for help." "I'm sorry, I won't be involved in this case," Baiya refused coldly. "What? You won't be involved in this case? don't you want to know who killed Xing Dongqing? Su Zheng was shocked. He thought that Baiya would definitely be involved in this case. After all, everyone knew her ability. I don't want to know. I've already told Director Zhao the specific reason. You can ask him. They invited Leng Qiuzuan. I've worked with Leng Qiuzuan several times. His ability to analyze cases is better than mine. If there's nothing else, I'm going to hang up. I'm sorry, Baiya said. She hung up the phone decisively. Su Jing didn't give up and called again. Baiya really didn't want to answer it. But she thought about Su Zheng's character. If she didn't answer it, she wouldn't persuade Su Zheng. Su Zheng was actually a very stubborn person. She answered the phone, kept a good mood, and asked, "What else do you want to ask?" Ask them together. Chapter 680. What secret? Baiya blurted out. I'll only tell you after you accept it, Su Jing negotiated. What if I'm not interested in your secret? Baiya said rationally. About Gu Lingqing. Su Jing threw out a point. The corners of Baiya's mouth twitched. Regarding Gu Lingqing's secret, she could just ask Gu Lingqing. Seeing that Baiya didn't speak, Su Jing continued, I still believe in your ability. I hope you can solve the case as soon as possible. Otherwise, I won't have a peaceful new year. Sorry, I can't accept it. I'm not interested in Gu Lingqing's secrets. Moreover, I don't have a good relationship with Xing Dongqing. It's not appropriate for me to investigate. I need to avoid it. I'm pregnant now and I need to be in a good mood. Please forgive me, Baiya said kindly. Su Jing panicked. Seeing that he couldn't convince Baiya, he said, find out the real murderer within 3 days. I can promise you anything you want. After all, I've watched Gu Lingqing grow up. He and my son are good friends. I did something wrong previously because I felt sorry for my daughter. I'm sorry. She has her work to do tomorrow. If one day you're identified as the murderer of Xing Dongqing, I'll reinvestigate the case since your son is Gu Lingqing's friend. When you're not in danger but there are just some rumors, I advise you not to work for others, Baiya said clearly. He said. Don't work for others. What do you mean by that? Su Jing asked nervously. Although we don't know who the murderer is, think about it. Who would benefit the most from Xing Dongqing's death? Who would benefit the most if you're the one in the limelight? When you're not in danger, don't panic. Otherwise, you might be framed as the real murderer. That's all I can say. Bye. Baiya. Su Jing stopped her. If I'm really identified as the murderer, will you save me? Yes. Baiya replied simply and hung up the phone. She asked herself, if Su Jing was set up as the murderer, would she help him? Perhaps, for the sake of Gu Lingqing, she would help him clear his name. Perhaps, as long as he didn't have the intention to harm Gu Lingqing again. In the afternoon, Baiya kept fishing. Firstly, it was to calm down, and secondly, it was to enjoy a moment of peace. When Zhang Xingyu arrived, she took a look at the time. 15:10, just right. She caught another mackerel and 5 Christian carps that weighed more than 1 catty. Madam, you're treating Ying's people to a meal today. Zhang Xingyu said in surprise. Yes, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. I'll make sure to arrange for them to go home for the new year and let them rest for a week. They'll come back to work on the 7th day of the new year. I've already transferred 200,000 yuan to their cards, and 500,000 yuan to you, Baiya said. She stood up from the tent and adjusted her clothes. Ha! Zhang Xingyu was shocked. Madam, you transferred 500,000 yuan to me. When? Baiya smiled. In the morning, in order to protect An Ying's safety, I transferred the money from a Swiss bank. It'll take a day. I think the money will be transferred to your account tomorrow. You gave me 500,000 yuan. That's too much. Zhang Xingyu scratched his head. You deserve it. All right, let's get to work. Help me bring this bucket back. There are a lot of fish in it, and it's very heavy. Why don't you push a cart over? It'll be easier to carry it, Bai Ye suggested. It's okay. This is nothing. I can run as fast as I can carry 100 kilograms of weight. Zhang Xingyu said with a smile. He lifted the bucket and exclaimed, Waha, I can eat the fish soup Madam made again today. It's the most delicious food I've ever eaten. Bai Ye smiled. It's not as good as you say. But An Ying will go home for the new year tomorrow. What about Madam's safety? Zhang Xingyu was worried again. I won't be home starting tomorrow. I won't be home for many days. Don't worry, Bai Ye said. Zhang Xingyu understood. Madam, are you secretly spending the new year with the leader? Bai Ye smiled. She felt warmth in her heart when she thought of Gu Lingqing. You can say that. She had absolute trust in Zhang Xingyu and held nothing back. Remember, don't tell anyone about this. Madam, don't worry. I'll keep it a secret. But madam, when will the leader come back? We all miss him. Zhang Xingyu looked at Bai Ye with anticipation. Soon. Let's wait a little longer. Bai Ye sighed. She also hoped that Gu Lingqing would come back soon. Oh right, how is Lin Shulan? I can't visit her because of some special circumstances. But after the new year, I'll install a device at home. She can come back then. She's in good spirits. Her body is recovering well. Except for the injury on her face, she's recovering well. Face is quite important to a woman. Zhang Xingyu, let me ask you something. What do you think of Shulan? Bai Ye asked. She's a comrade. She's like a boy. I've never seen her as a woman. Zhang Xingyu said honestly. Bai Ye fell silent. In the past, before Shu Lan's face was disfigured, she might have hinted that Shu Lan liked him. But now that Shu Lan's face was disfigured, it was hard for normal men to accept it. Not to mention Zhang Xingyu, who had no feelings for Shu Lan. She decided to wait until Shu Lan regained her face. Take good care of her and her psychology. If there's anything you don't understand or have a problem, you can ask me directly. Zhang Xingyu looked at Bai Ye blankly. He didn't understand Bai Ye's hint. He nodded and said righteously, Yes, madam. Bai Ye sighed in her heart. If Zhang Xingyu hesitated and thought about it, it meant that Zhang Xingyu still had feelings for Shu Lan. At least he knew that Shu Lan liked him. He really didn't know anything. Soon, they arrived at the villa. Song Shiyu was preparing the dishes. The aroma of food came from the kitchen. Wow, it smells so good. Zhang Xingyu carried the bucket to the kitchen and saw that Song Shiyu had prepared a lot of food. Madam, are you preparing a wedding banquet? I think it's better than the wedding banquet I ate. Song Shiyu was amused by Zhang Xingyu. It's not as good as you said. You really know how to talk. Why is it gone? I'm drooling just looking at it. Zhang Xingyu smacked his lips. Song Shiyu smiled lovingly. Bear with it for now. We'll have dinner like this from 5:30 to 6:00. Okay, I'll go meet the soldiers first. I'll see which 2 unlucky ones are left to guard. Although it's New Year's Eve, we can't let our guard down. Zhang Xingyu said. As it involved Bai Ye's safety, Song Shiyu didn't object. Thank you for your hard work. Why don't we prepare another hot pot to cook the vegetables? First, we don't have to cook anymore. Second, eating hot pot will make the atmosphere more pleasant, Baya suggested. Good idea. You caught a lot of herring today. We can cut them into slices and cook them in the hot pot. I'll go buy some lamb and beef. There are only 2 hot pots at home. I'll go to the supermarket to buy some now. The supermarket should still be open. Do you still want to cook the other Christian carps in soup? Let me do it. We have 7 Christian carps. 1 for each table. It's a good sign to have more every year. Good idea. I'll go out first. I need to hurry before the supermarket closes. If that happens, our plan will be ruined. Song Shiyu quickly took off her scarf. Mom, be careful on the road, Baya said. Okay. Song Shiyu quickly went out. Baya used all the Christian carps and started to make braised fish. If it was cold at night, she would heat them up in the steamer for 5 minutes. Because there were a lot of fish and they were big, she could only put them in the oil one by one. She boiled the oil first. She added scallions, garlic, and ginger to the oil and stir-fried them. Then, she put the fish in. When the fish were golden brown, she scooped them up and put them in a basin. After everything was done, she put a little oil in the pot. She put the 7 fish that she had prepared before in the sesame oil. Then, she added cooking wine, soy sauce, and sugar. She put them in the pot to stew. While she was cooking the fish, she cut the mushrooms and cleaned the fungus that Song Shiyu had soaked in. She washed them and placed them on 5 plates. Then, she washed the vegetables, spinach, lettuce, enoki mushrooms, and sliced bamboo shoots. The fragrant Christian carp was cooked. She scooped it out and placed it on the table. Seeing that there was still some time, she cooked all the braised pork. While cooking the braised pork, she cut all the herring into thin slices. Zhang Xingyu came in. Madam, I've arranged for 3 people to stand guard. The guards are still at their posts. Including me, there are a total of 65 soldiers. If they are too busy, I can be your assistant. It's fine. We can handle it. Baya looked at the time. It was 17 o'clock. What time did you tell them to eat? 17:30. If they can't make it, we can let them wait. It's fine. We can make it. Now, help me take the cold dishes out. I've prepared a total of 5 tables. The round tables can seat 15 people, Baya said. Zhang Xingyu scratched his head. I don't see any tables outside. Oh, right. The tables and chairs are in the storeroom. There are a dozen folding round tables there. It's quite big. Baya recalled this matter. These were bought by Gu Lingqing's father when he passed away. But, will there be enough seats outside? Zhang Xingyu was worried. It's enough. We just need to move the sofa to the side. There will be seats against the wall. Okay. I'll ask 2 soldiers to do it. Zhang Xingyu walked out of the kitchen. Baya heard the sound of the car and followed him out of the kitchen. Song Shiyu's car came back. She smiled at Zhang Xingyu and said, Come, help me carry the things. Zhang Xingyu walked to the trunk and looked at the ingredients inside. He sighed. Did old madam move the supermarket back? I'll listen to Baya and prepare hot pot for dinner. There's no need for stir-frying. I've bought an induction cooker, beef, lamb, fish balls, meatballs, and vegetables. Song Shiyu said with a smile. She took the things out from the trunk and passed them to Zhang Xingyu. That's a good idea. I haven't eaten hot pot for a long time. Winter is the busiest time for hot pot. Hee hee. He happily carried the ingredients into the kitchen. Baiye also went forward to help and carried the ingredients into the kitchen. Zhang Xingyu was in charge of setting the table. He covered the table with a disposable tablecloth and served the 8 cold dishes. The cold dishes included braised pork ribs, dried bamboo shoots in sesame oil, spiced beef, sliced pork liver, jellyfish, peanuts, shrimps, and cucumber slices. Baiye and Zhang Xingyu were busy washing the vegetables. You're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.